Yo, welcome back! Today I'll be continuing the farm stream for the 7th anniversary campaign. Let's do this! Right. I switched to the wrong scene, or rather I began with the wrong scene. But, yeah, I'll be streaming this today, as you know, obviously, and maybe tomorrow, so I'm not sure about that. And the last day of the anniversary is actually 2 days from now, so that'll be the last time for the campaign to enjoy as well. So, you may want to start grinding now if you haven't yet. I really had time to farm myself, but I did manage to figure out a better setup, which you'll see in a second. Right, so we are beginning off with 95 stamina drinks, and you may be wondering where my major drinks are. I actually managed to finish them all just before the stream began, so I'm making progress to using all my drinks before the event ends. We are also at 54 million coin, so less than last time, but you'll see why. I did invest in something to make it work a bit faster. And yeah, let's do this. Oh, actually, I should probably... No. I'll just continue. I think I was mid-farm a little while ago before I forgot to continue it. We'll go ahead and continue with Exception Territory, Tokyo Bay Dots. So, this team is gonna be a bit cursed in some ways for some people, but it's gonna work out a lot better than the last time you saw me farm. So, as we see here, I have replaced it with my brand new Shiva that I actually level seeded and blossomed a tiny bit more than what it was before. And I also invested more in Warmongers. And I have Eta, which is everyone's favorite character, and we'll see how good the setup is. Alright, as you can see, the first turns are guaranteed, like before. Finally living in the future. Yeah, I'm glad I could actually use this 5-star redeemed right away, rather than just falling to irrelevance after redeeming them. But would you look at that, with investments, a shit ton of investment I did just recently on this team. I was able to find a guaranteed setup, and I do mean guaranteed because I actually did skill seed 8 to 10 to make this guaranteed now. There are some caveats to it because it doesn't do enough damage for some specific situation, but it's still returnable as long as I rearrange things in a specific way. So thank you very much to Nametaker, also known as Irby, who's in chat right now, who actually helped me build this team. Like, I would normally think of a team myself, but I was just kind of tired from all the shorts and videos I was making. And, yeah, I was just so busy with the fact that I had to farm so much before the event ended that I never really took the leisure of my time to think about if there's a better way to do it than my existing team. And thanks to Irby for that, for doing the thinking for me. So I think I used like 2 drinks before this stream started. Maybe. My target goal will be using 3 full drinks. So that was the caveat there. I actually need to move Unbarred backwards in this case. Or something a bit tricky, which is if he's up in front and there's not another Unbarred behind him, I'll get pushed back by this Walk on Mugen, which, you know, Shiva can one-shot anyways. But he actually has like slightly more health in phase 3, and Shiva's not strong enough to take care of him. So, if the Anvari is pushed back and no one else hits Anvari, or Walk on Mugen rather, then it won't be strong enough to clear. Also, hi Yuntren. You level seeded yourself full level cap, HP attack, and skill seeded in red. Hey, nice. I am considering to prioritize Shiva in terms of Blossom, but it's guaranteed right now, so not a big rush, but I might want to invest more in the Warmongers affiliation at least, so that I don't have to worry about this tricky trick thing where I have to move Unbari back. Also, as usual, just let me know if the sound bounce is any good. I have a feeling that the gameplay sound might be a bit loud, but it's probably fine, I think. It's the same settings as usual, right? But yeah, this is a lot more relaxing. I don't need to change my strategy at all for the most. I don't need to have a tiny % chance of it taking several turns long and another small chance of it having complete failure. It's a guaranteed 3-turn setup. It's been so long since I've been able... Actually, this is the very first time out of all the farm quests I've done, from chapter 11 all the way up until chapter 13. Even chapter 10 farming with Malakala. But yeah, all those times it was farming, they've never been guaranteed. So this is the first time I'm able to actually enjoy it while also having full coin boost. So as you can see here, fully realizable, but it does need a good amount of investment. But the setup's kind of funny because it I almost feel like I should go back into the past and recommend ATA into 4-star ATA, that is, for the platinum ticket selector. I'm not sure if I'd still do that because I still feel like ATA would only be good specifically for this quest. But I don't know, it's just, you know, it's weird that I'm just like not using him, or I haven't recommended him even though he's like essential here. I suppose anyone who could remove buffs would work, such as Soul or what's it called? Now Kalki. So, it actually provides an amp, which is technically not necessary in this case. Also, welcome on Xeno. Good to see you as always. So as for the duration of the stream, my target's just gonna be fairs as usual, but we'll see. Maybe my target will just be 60 drinks, whichever comes first, I guess. You now have max level all 2-star unit that you have. Oh, you've maxed all your mobs? Congratulations. That's no easy effort. And but good luck with skill leveling them all. That might take a while longer. And it will be actually quite pricey because souls, even for lower level ones, at least an en masse, does add up. You know, honestly, I probably can't reach 60 drinks from now. It's realizable, like, to use 30 within a single day, but not within 3 hours. Well, my day has been being giddy with this team setup that is guaranteed. This was actually the first time I could like sort of grind without being stressed by other commitments. The last time you saw me grind, I still had to, like, for example, work on the shorts and the video for the anniversary. And as you saw, as a result, I wasn't really able to think about team building back then. But here, thanks to Irby's help, this will put it. I can finally just stress you with much less time. So much time saved, actually having life now. You have a semi-BS team of Heron, Quantum, Oz, and whoever has the Seed AR in support. There's a 5-turn, 6-turn clear, but you're enjoying yourself. As long as you're enjoying yourself, right? I mean, farming can only be so enjoyable. I just feel like whittling away Ramu with non-piercing and body damage was kind of annoying to do, and it wasn't always guaranteed, and like paying attention to the buffs to maximize the damage of, you know, if one of them had harder or concentration or it was kind of annoying to deal with. I just thought it was funny that it worked as a farm team because it actually used fucking Smoky God's 8th or 7th turn countdown, which is just like late stage capitalism right there. the strongest units, you have to wait for 7 turns to get countdown off from a 3-star. Finally pulled Valentine Tanto. Hey, congratulations! I know you told me before that you weren't successful in pulling them, but 900 stones does quite the damage. Still, no, that's pretty bad for a 4-star. That's miraculously bad for a 4-star. What the heck? I hope you at least got every single LG unit on banner. As you all know, I was absolutely devastated with my pulls from Gangstar last year. Now, I did not secure Jurong, but I managed to get 3 copies of Fushi and several copies of all the other 4-stars, so it was a banner clear except for Jurong. Even though that was like literally my own target. This fucking game in. I did not actually pull that hard for a snow fight though, so getting 7 copies of Shinya is an experience I was lucky enough not to experience. Shinya's amazing kid. However, I did want to pull for it more, but I was strictly saving for Jurong. It's not that I wanted everyone too badly. I did want Yorikawa, for example, and I did think Gurmikolo was really cute, but it just wasn't meant to be, so I redeemed him from the grab bag, not the grab bag, the platinum ticket, so I hope Yorikawa prints in some other banner, because now I'm like, I have besides Yorikawa 0 cents full in that banner. We got 2 copies of Valentine Jacob and Valentine Yoritomo before getting Tanatomo once. Okay, that's you know, as what I like to think was infamous of my Gangstar pulls was, I don't think my pulls were quite that bad. I don't think I spent anything like 900 stones. It was like my entire horde, but I don't think I had like 900 stones with me at the time. And it was just for a 5-star, which is, you know, slightly more excusable that I couldn't get them after all the time. Not really, but for a 4-star, Jesus Christ, you must really like Tanatomo. What's up with that? That's honestly a pretty rare like. Like, I know there's like liking Tanatomo out of Hakenshi-ism, but 900 stones is a lot to be pumping. You got a complete set of Moritaka. I saw someone from my chat decided to redeem Valentine Moritaka. I mean, or Summer Moritaka, I guess, Jamboree? Well, either way, if you think they're cute, that's fine enough. I didn't mention Jamboree Moritaka in my recommendations because you may have noticed, but for the selector tickets, I didn't, or rather the pig tickets, as they're officially translated as, I didn't actually recommend any column clears besides, like, actually none at all, unless you want to count walking Mugen. Yeah, there's just like a lot of options you can use for them between magic ones and snipe ones and shot ones, and it's kind of like not my cup of tea. Moritaka is pretty much just that. So you just column clear with more steps, being able to 2 columns. He doesn't really do anything else more, and he also needs to move. He does need an Evo to get combo off. Or at least have extend movement. But no, I would not recommend for that. Let's go ahead and use our seeds, or at least check them out. I don't know what my current count is. And as for Valentine Moritaka, I would not recommend that at all, no. Alright, so what are my targets right now? Sort by 3 stars, actually. I guess I was working on Tianzun last time. Let's finish them up. Alright, what is our progress here? Yeah, we're capping up. 3 scenes about fine. Other than that, you got Tanatomo to 2000 attack boost, making him your 12th fully attack blossom unit. Everyone's really hardcore grinding these, huh? I mean, I know I'm grinding this shit too a lot, but it's just like seeds. Everyone must really like those like low ass rate blossoms. I should probably give progress on my own units, but we can do that at the end of the stream. Yeah, Hey, just wanted to say you're pretty new to this game and slowly understanding slowly understanding how summon skills interact and stuff. So your reviews have been super helpful. Thanks so much. I'm glad to have helped. So this channel originally did start as just me wanting to demonstrate some cool strategies, and eventually it turned into like this. There was this sort of culture of within the Housamo community of making YouTube video clears of challenge quests, and it's kind of an exciting time because, you know, since there's no like PvP or anything like that, most you could do to show off gameplay was, well, one, showing who you seeded off. But in order to demonstrate how efficient your account was, the only thing you could really do was like record it, right? You can't really play with anyone, you can only just talk about it. So recording was the nearest thing you could like have in terms of, you know, engaging content you can share and talk about with. And that was the wrong move. Okay, I'm gonna back out. No, that's the wrong move. Yeah, I got distracted. But yeah, eventually a lot more people started making videos. I was one of the earlier ones in the English community, but I was far from the first one. I originally started this channel as a way to sort of make an English alternative, or at least, you know, an English sort of copy or inspired version of Baro-sen's channel, who is a Japanese Housamo player who always made some pretty cool challenge quest clears back when they're still challenging. And eventually other people start following. They usually just shared it on Discord before, but eventually I don't want to say like they took up after my lead, although I will say that I was pretty much one of the first ones who started doing it. A lot more people in the community started making their own YouTube video clears. And that's how it was for quite a few years. Then at some point I started what's called doing story playthroughs as well for the game, because, you know, I thought the story was really good too, and also it was a good way to motivate myself to actually do it. And farm streams. I used to do dungeon streams. I don't do that anymore, but essentially streaming happened maybe within the first year and a half of this channel's lifetime for Housamo. Yo, Avi Rival, welcome. Always good to see you. Your ramping up has been building around Hermes, but now it's 7th anniversary of... Actually, yeah, let's start diversifying teams. Very nice. You got any picks from my recommendations? It's always good, but you can always just pick whatever you want in the end. But yeah, so that's how this channel started off as, growing with a community of other aspiring, in quotation there, aspiring Housamo tubers. I started wanting to branch out though, as you saw, because well, for one, my story playthroughs were kind of like a pain to edit because of my video editor, so I eventually just decided to stream them. It seems that I kind of did the same thing for challenges eventually, just this past year, as you may have noticed. I stopped doing challenge quest videos, starting or rather, my last one I did was for New Year's, and that was it for challenges for a while. And then I started focusing more on my playthrough highlights. But I still wanted to do the challenges, so I streamed them eventually as a substitute. I didn't do anything for Valentine then. Snowflake, so because the challenges were pretty horseshit then. Or rather, big poo-poo, as in not interesting horseshit. But yeah, I'm just giving like a brief overview of how this channel evolved. I've only recently started, as you know, making these video evaluations just now. But as a matter of fact, I've been doing these evaluations in a different form for much longer. Very close to the beginning of when I was streaming, so over 4 years ago, I was actually, and up to this day, I'm still streaming discussions with some other Housamo players of evaluating how good these units are. So if you're interested in seeing a more in-depth coverage of every unit, please check out those streams. Missed my last stream. It's fine, it's fine. Especially for farm stream. If I was a discussion stream, that'd be unfortunate to miss, but it is a bit scuffed. I still need to work on it. since I'm trying to include footage now, since I'm recording it anyways for these evaluations. You started this game because of Valentine had a terminal. You're interested in Mephistopheles. That is... Well, that Tadatomo is no surprise. I'm pretty sure people like him. Mephistopheles is definitely a pick to be starting a game with, though. That should be like the Warmongers era then. Although that doesn't sound right. Mephistopheles came ages after Valentine Tadatomo. But yeah, for this, how did I end up making these videos? It was like in my head for a while. The viewership, frankly, for my discussions have never been as high as I wanted them to for all the effort I put them in. And that was like an incentive. I started taking it more seriously, you know, people's ideas that people just want like some brief summary of what I talk about. And then I was thinking like doing shorts or like highlights of those streams, but then I got like a no from one of my discussion partners. They didn't want to be turned into like a marketable short, I guess. So I scrapped that idea, and I eventually, after a good amount of time thinking about it, I came up with the correct format you saw. For starting with the pickup banner that featured Oz. It was something that was in the back of my mind for a while, though, to have some short digestible thing. Honestly, part of it was also out of spite, in a very petty way. I'm sure a lot of you, if not all of you right now who have joined me, is currently subscribed to or at least know about Furikuri, aka Alien Trek. He's the most popular English postal YouTuber, and you know, that'd be fine and all if he was making like high quality content. And I've seen his videos, and I can't deny he does like a lot of editing and has pretty like, amazing output, or you know, frequency of output given how much editing is involved. And I'm aware of how much effort that editing takes because I also video edit. My problem is he has this propensity to say a lot of poor gameplay takes that makes the game's knowledge of the gameplay much worse off. And I feel that, you know, partly out of spite, I wanted to make my own things, my own videos to, you know, present information that's actually more reliable. But another reason was because, also partly out of guilt that I didn't do anything like Furi did earlier in terms of releasing more digestible content. Because, you know, at the end of the day, the only reason Furi's contents got more popular is because, like, no one else beat him to the punch to it. Like, I was there for quite a while making Housamo content, but I didn't make anything more digestible all the time. Granted, my computer wasn't strong enough, and the current setup I do now has a lot of compromises that I it took a long time of deliberating for me to have the current video format right now. Like, as you know, I make shorts with all of my evaluations, right? Those evaluations, however, as you notice, are all a minute long. That's by design, obviously, so I can make them shorts. But the main reason I had to, like, I came up with that idea was actually because, I mean, it just works out that it's more digestible and shorter, so it can be actually shortable and people can see it and share it visually. But the main reason was because instead of videos, I made them shorts. My computer was too fucking shitty. And is still too fucking shitty to render things out a bit too long. So, in order to like render the footage that wasn't quite as long, I had to resort to 1 minute or less videos to minimize the chance of render failure. Because honestly, like waiting for 40 minutes in a row for something to render, only for it to like fail 30 minutes in it's fucking traumatizing, man. You spent a few hours before the streams looking back at all your fan kids. Just taking in your thought process from the past 2 years and making them. Fun to look back at them. Yeah, I remember reading a few of them back then. They're pretty good. We need more. I'd be down for more trigger condition timings though. Those are always fun to experiment with when they are added. Sorry that you joined too late to possibly get Oz. I mean, I tried to release the video at the time, and I did release it during Banner, but I guess I wasn't quite as known for that kind of content yet. You can always pick up Oz from your support slot though. as you know, there's like a ton of Aussies in support because anyone who actually plays the game well with the gameplay will be very likely to put them up if they have them. How do I play this on PC? So this is actually serendipity again. I would have never played this on PC, but as you can see, I am playing it with mouse right now. It was bad luck. My phone that I was streaming through Wi-Fi to my computer. That's how I did it before. But my phone sucks. It sucked that it died. And that the battery inflated so badly that it couldn't turn off anymore because it was interfering with the power button. So I tried looking into it by turning it off, and then that was a mistake because I could never turn it back on again. And I couldn't remove the battery because, you know, after I opened it, I read online it was an issue with, you know, you just needed to like mess with the button bit, but you need to remove the battery. And then after opening my phone, I realized the battery was just inflated and couldn't be removed, so it was just like forever dead. So I was forced to find another solution, which was BlueStacks, which I'm using right now. And why is that serendipitous? Well, you may have noticed it's like higher quality footage. Not that this game needs much higher quality, but the fact that I'm not getting maximum quality for something that isn't too video intensive was pretty sad. And it's also just a lot higher frame rate. You'll also notice that in the recommendation video I just recently released. How do you survive? God. I think, yeah, I don't think Enviro was in the right position. That's why he's still alive. He was pushed back and faced him, like I wasn't paying attention. That's the one copy that I was talking about. But yeah, what was I talking about? Right, so I started playing on PC after my phone died with BlueStacks, but it's higher quality now. But if you looked at my old video, my recent video on anniversary recommendations, there's one character I used old footage from, and it's Kurugane, because I didn't want to do coin scuffles to record or again, especially since there's a half stamina campaign I could be using my stamina for instead. You'll notice that it's lower quality, kind of glitchy, and also lower frame rate. You just gotta deal. But yeah, if you want a direct comparison of the upgrading quality that BlueStacks gave me, it was this. I was just worried that they would be stealing my data or something. But apparently, BlueStacks is like an American company. I thought it was like a Chinese one, but that's Nox apparently. So I was a bit paranoid for like some Chinese company stealing my data. And I'm still paranoid about actually using this app too. I just decided to make a burner account to register for Google Play to download Housamo. So it should be fine either way. Oh yeah, I use BlueStacks. Your analyses are more in-depth and approachable than even blogspots you've seen. To you at least. I'm very happy you think that way. It didn't come from out of nowhere though, as I said. These analyses have been prefaced for years now by my discussions, so please check those out if you're really interested in the gameplay. But at least you'll know now that I'm not just talking out of my ass or, you know, pretending to have a knowledge when I don't. Alien shock. But hopefully this isn't clipped and sent to him later. Yeah, I have not just been figuring out the game on my own. I've been also talking about it with other people who take this game to play to its peak. So I have a lot of comparison points as well that can point into flaws and holes in my own understanding of the game. And I've been deliberating not just with those other people that are really into the game, but also people who have worked very closely with the actual data mine itself, and have contributed to the wiki several times as well. So I have like a very thorough background. I probably have one of the most, if not the most thorough background when it comes to this game in the English community at least. I don't know about the community. I don't even know if they have data mine, but the English one does. They'll run Summer Pool Twilight Oz eventually. I don't know about that. They already reran him randomly this year, but I mean, I suppose they reran Andvari randomly like maybe 2 years ago, so it could happen. Going to commit the sin of spending shards on stamina drinks. What the hell? Please no. Shockingly, you haven't seen any. If you haven't seen any of my discussions, that would be saddening, but also unsurprising. Those evaluations of Shiriko and all that, I'm only making now, or rather, one of the strongest streams I make now is just because those streams do not get enough advertisement from YouTube. They're not really shown in the spotlight, which is unfortunate when things like Furikuli's, gameplay guides, and he says that Lave is not a good unit, and when he says that his healing, or like 4K Okami's healing is so great, things like that is just, that's what's pushed up. Not because it's good or abetted by, a large community, but just because he was able to present it the best, the fastest. And that was my problem. So I really want to get better information out there faster, and I hope it seems like I'm doing that better. And it seems I've gotten quite a lot of more viewership and subscribers this past a month and a half, or even 2 and 3, depending on where you want to start counting. And I think it's working, but it does take a lot of my time. I think I'm getting a bit faster at it with how I'm getting used to it, but either way, it's a lot of time investment. If you want to support me, because I do need support, trust me, please consider joining my as a channel member for YouTube, or joining my Patreon. Honestly, it's mostly just a self-esteem thing. Like, you don't really have to join those things. It's because my situation is a lot more dire. I haven't I haven't been employed since last December. It's kind of embarrassing. I've been trying to find work ever since then in my field, but maybe like 6 weeks ago I started expanding to even minimum wage stuff. The job market here in Canada is kind of tough, but essentially I'm only able to make these videos now for this year, also by chance, just because I have a lot more free time than I did in previous years. But yeah. The defamation stream, someone needs to call them out. Like, if there's anyone who's watching here that thinks Furikuri's content is great, then, I'll just put an asterisk on that. I do think his content is great when it comes to editing, and I wish I could capture that same appeal or better. Well, obviously I want better than Furikuri's, in terms of how he's able to reach the most people in the most captivating way. Maybe I'm just a bit too nerdy with the content I pick, and maybe I'm not as degenerate as he is in such a relatable way. I feel like I'm pretty degenerate though. I don't know. Either way though, I've got nothing but respect for the most for Furikuri as a fellow content creator. It's just, he has a lot of weight as, what do you call it? Like a pillar or a cornerstone to the community, because of his, role as like the most subscribed YouTuber that plays Osno. And focuses on that content. And the fact that he's like the greatest authority on it right now, and is also presenting, demonstrably false information on the regular, that's what I have a problem with. I'm very happy that he's able to reach this much people and get people interested in the game again, get people talking about it. But the information's demonstrably false. It's painful. And I can blame him, but in the end, I really felt like it was my fault as well as everyone else's fault in the community for not stepping up and providing good information that's successful. So I'm trying to combat that now. No odds support you've ever seen. So for people who are looking for friends on this game to add, consider opening the description in any of my videos or streams, including this one. There should be a link to the Discord server that I talk with all the people in. It's not my Discord server, mine's not open yet. I don't think I have that large of a fan base to really justify it. But yeah, from that server you might be able to make some new comments, and it'll greatly deepen your enjoyment of the game if you have to talk about it in a large community. That was my experience anyways. Since this is a single-player game and you can drop it whenever you want if you play by yourself. But at least you can share that enthusiasm and share your excitement and your optimism or pessimism, depending on how you play, with other people if you join the community. But yeah, you can join it and you can add people on your friend list there. Over time, don't just rush it and string your friend code on there, but if you can add someone there, just put a few people that, you know, just already have Oz up just because they actually know how the game works. And there's also, you know, a lot of people, once you add them and you personally know them in some way, not like person, but at least on a chat-to-chat basis, even online, then you can ask them and request them to put up Oz for you. That's what I do on regular, to be honest. Not specifically for Oz, I just kind of purge out people who don't play, but if I need someone that's super rare, then I just ask for someone from them. But just haven't got a lot of the footage for the past 2 videos for both the reprints as well as the anniversary. Like, obviously, a lot of those units, like Tanatomo, people didn't just have up, or Shinya of all units. I needed to ask people to have them up. Actually, I did think Shinya and Tanatomo were both of it. That's a bad example. What were some units I needed to ask up anyways? What do you think? Marine, but not for Jurassic. Yeah, people had picking this up slowly, boy. Maybe it was for Fkari. Let me think about this. No! Get back there. Maybe it's not for reprints, but... Give me a second. Onsen Horikano isn't the best team in the game. No, he's not. He's pretty good. I'm not saying he's bad, but like I feel like what's it called? You know, it was good, obviously, that Kuri praised Horikano because he is a good unit. But it's also like he was praising his healing? Like what? He's a damage dealer and tank. Like he does a tiny bit of healing with like 1 buff or some shit like that. It's not. He's far from the best healer though, and that's not really why you really want to use him. He's like a solo carry magic damage dealer. And like if you're not communicating that properly, then you know. I'm not gonna stop from communicating, but in very least I'm gonna raise issue with it. For my eyebrow. What's your opinion on Masashi? I feel like I was talking about something else before with Oz. Well, let me finish that topic first. With Oz, yeah, you can add someone from support with that. He's a pretty good overall strong unit, but you do need to join the server for it. You can equip the Seed or Blossom Booster, which is good, so he's relevant for that if you want to do that, or you can do what I'm doing, which is kind of hyper meta, but whatever. But yeah, my opinion on Masashi is you can find my reviews. Oh yeah, right. What were the units that I actually had to ask people to put up specifically? I remember I asked Hit to put. That's it. It was the Mystic Christmas units. No wonder I forgot. The fucking Mystic Christmas units during their reprint. No one had them up except for the 5 stars, of course. Because of course no one wants to put up these fucking shit 4-star units, even though they end up being better than the 5 stars. But yeah, I had to ask for a ton of them put up, and also Gurmakala because no one had them at the time. Unfortunately, I didn't have them, so that's why I collected footage for all of them. But yeah, what I think about Masashi is he's definitely a Jiro. I don't know. He's probably a. I remember seeing someone in my chat saying he's like the ugliest Akenshi. I was like, what? I do think he's actually probably the cutest one out of all of them. He's got that small Gucci body, like from Nekororeko. But also, it's just like, you know, he doesn't seem like plain as butter like Moritaka. And, you know. If you're asking gameplay-wise what I think about him most likely, then I think he's quite good. He's essentially like Nightglow's Kurugane, but, you know, not quite as good in dailies, but probably a lot better in every other type of quest. And, you know, I focused on his column clear utility for my own evaluation, but, you know, there's an asterisk to all my evaluations. Of course, I can't really spend as much time labbing them out since I'm cutting a bunch of them as much. In this case, one thing that I didn't really emphasize as much as, you know, I probably should have after reviewing it, was after seeing Harvey Kai's videos, as well as a few other people's videos, he's actually quite powerful with his charge. And maybe it's just because I don't really believe in Kusuga strats, because he does seem to play a lot like Kusuga, with just get a bunch of buffs and then he'll have his charge ready. But yeah, apparently he was able to clear the mirror in one... Well, Tezcatli Poka in Clash of the Warmongers in one hit with his all-range charge. Oh, whoops. And I believe it was paired. Why am I fucking attack seeding Smoky God? I'm doing this without thinking. But yeah, as I was saying, actually, I'll do Baby Bunny since you could come clear. What was I talking about? Fuck. My brain is freezing. Yeah, new team. What was I talking about? I'm already forgetting. Let me read the question. Masashi, right? Yeah, he's better than Nicholas Kurugane. And that's... I feel like I had more to say, but my brain is just feeding something. Masashi, oh yeah, that's right. His charge was super strong. He was strong enough to be able to beat to scout Epoch in one charge. And the team that was composed of it, I believe it was something like Masashi, of course, and Wakan Takamyugan, because, you know, he is busted with all his damage buffs. Who are the other two, though? It was on character or anything like that. One of them might have been Shalotl, but I feel like they use a stronger amp than even that, maybe. I don't know. It was just like all 5-star units. That's what I remember, strictly speaking. It was just a bunch, and he managed to get that up. Oh yeah, one of them is Summer Labe. And I believe Summer Labe was able to give all 3 amps he had, Ardor and Vigor and Gut Strengthening. And that was his walk-on's attack up and Brawn. And then there was Masashi. And I can't remember what the 4th one was, but I'm sure they added a lot too. It was probably Shalotl, but who knows. Why are these quests still relevant when the Chiyoda quests dropped +10 and +3 Blossoms? So, Lazy Crow is correct. I don't do untranslated content. In fact, I'm a real diehard when it comes to not experiencing untranslated content. I know what you want to say. Why not just, you know, play the story now, unlock them, and then just do the quests, and then, you know, read the story later. The reason why is because I also don't want to be spoiled for the quest battles. I want the entire thing. I want to be able to play the quest battles with the story. That's my thing. And I know it seems like a compromise, and it, for the most is, but I'll tell you now the perks of what I'm doing right now, especially for this year. So the perks of what I'm doing is everyone else had to suffer with Chapter 13 grinding, right? Remember when Chapter 13 was the most recent quest and everyone had to beat Oramu, and it was like 10 billion times slower before the update? Well, I was happily doing the Chapter 12 app quest when it was a lot faster. So that was a win for me in that sense, even if it was suboptimal for the resources. And also they released like a shit ton of column clears that year, but not quite as much board wipers. Board wipers kind of came only the year after. So I had a lot more options to clear that with the optimal boost. Whereas other people had to like rely on charge that wasn't always guaranteed. So it was convenient for me in Chapter 12 farming when everyone else was Chapter 12 farming. And same thing for this one. Chapter 13 farming is so much faster now that the boost is up that I won't have to experience the same hell everyone else did. In addition to that, with the Envari Evos, now I'm also enjoying this coin. As you can see, since Envari can actually equip the Sea Booster, he can't equip a Blossom Booster. That's helping in that sense, being as optimal as possible. And also, we got a new Sea Booster this year, which would normally be useless to people who are Blossom farming at this point, since people would rather prioritize Blossoms. But for me, this is ideal because Chapter 13 actually ends up being more optimal for seed farming than Chapter 14. And I'll get to it in a second, but I'm spending too much time talking about this. I need to actually decide on what shit to level next. And all of these units that are left over are kind of mid. Whatever, let's do Aegir, even though I don't have any of his 5 stars. You were talking about Masashi? Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, new team. My team is, as you saw, I did actually skill seed Eta for this for a reason. That screenshot wasn't just a meme. I mean, it kind of was, but it was also like, I did it for a legitimate purpose, not just for theory crafting. It's working. A guaranteed 3-turn clear. I'm very grateful for this team for Irby. Again, as I mentioned before, this is my very first farm team for the free quests. That's actually a guarantee. 1 turn for every turn, or every phase rather. I need to decide to use these blossoms on first though. Blossoms for Boogeyman. Here you go, Boogeyman. You can take my Blossom. Summer Labe is self-evidently fantastic. You made your level 3s do damage against level 80 quests. Yeah, it's no joke when he's amplifying damage by 3 amps, so, you know, twofold equivalents. They're probably slightly more than that. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8, so he's multiplying damage by 8 times without even needing to move. That's like Lianin without needing to move, right? So, and, you know, one of them is board wide. You know what skill you don't need to skill seed? The charge one. Ertz is just talking about the fact that he's 3-star Miniaki form. Yeah, well, mine is as optimal as you can get for the seed quest, because I'll talk about it right now. But we will use 3 drinks and then return back there, so we'll stop at 88. So we have a new C booster, which gives us 4 boosters in total. So this is the Creators Invaders AR, which can be equipped by Support Anvari. I also have it on my own Anvari. Then there is the Outlaws LE one, and lastly there is the Crafters Workshop one, which if you include support, that's 4 in total. So the reason why Chapter 13 is optimal for seed farming, as opposed to Chapter 14. Chapter 14, of course, does drop seeds as well. But did you notice something about it? At its base, it has a higher average amount of drops of seeds than the Chapter 13 quest. So if you're not using any seed boosters, Chapter 14 is straight up superior. So, you know, good on for everyone who is, you know, farming blossoms, and then they get some nice seed on the side that's as highest as it can be at its base rate. However, you can only get a maximum of 2 seed packs from every victory within Chapter 14 quest. And that's important. It never goes beyond 3 drops. And that's the main difference here. With the Chapter 13 quest, the max you can drop is 3. And with the boosters, the average amount of drops you'll get for seeds will just surpass that of Chapter 14's highest possible average, which you can max out to be guaranteed to with more seed boosters, but you'll never go beyond a 2, essentially, so it'll never be an average higher than 2. But yeah, that's a bit of Pokemon on my part in the end. It's not like I don't want blossoms. So for seeds, what are they saying about seeds? Alright. I am missing out when it comes to blossoms, but consider it this way, it's also like, I'm kind of like riding the wave of where it's optimal, whereas the cutting edge of where things are isn't always optimal to do. Right now it's optimal to be farming for seed. Because we have 4 seed boosters. I mean, it might be more optimal later if we get, you know, another seed booster later. But that probably won't happen for a good while. We'll probably get a blossom booster next. Right now we only have a maximum of 4 seed boosters we can bring, but we can only bring 3 blossom boosters in total. So 2 of our own and then the 1 on support. So that's like suboptimal right there. When it's clear they're obviously going to release another blossom booster. So that's another perk of, you know, playing 1 quest behind. So that's my copium of it's not too bad for me to be playing the quest behind, because I get the higher boost, I get the faster quest clears, I get more options for team building because there's just a lot more board wipers now, and damage. I get the better evos with both Atas as well as Advaris and some River Shivas. Yeah, very nice. It's cope, yes, but it's pretty good cope. Like, let's be real. The fact that I can do this when you guys have like a year of trauma of slowly waiting for the effects to go by from Ramu and everyone departing, it was like, you know, for me, even if I'm living a year behind, I'm like living these farm quests within that year in a far, you know, much more enjoyable time than you guys. You feel that blossoms are a more limited resource than seeds, so I do them. You have like 10 characters up to plus 1,000, but only 2. I mean, 2 to 3 up to 2,000. I mean, that is by design. Yeah, it's obvious the blossoms are supposed to be harder to acquire. It's not like they're made equal. It's like you can set your own end goals at the end for this game. For me, the end goals is I might have some controversial end goals in the game because I don't like to maximize as much as possible, even for things people don't really care about. For example, I'm maxing Sacred Artifact level on all my mobs, which is why I care about ally points as well. And that's why, a strong reason why I try to keep good units on my support list that people will actually farm with. So preference for farming units rather than dungeon units, which don't give you ally points. Another of my goals is, that was the direction, but another of my goals is actually to attack seed all the damage dealers in the game. And this is probably the best campaign I can realistically accomplish that. Now, why would I want to attack seed all the damage dealers in the game? Well, I want to be ready for if they are featured in an event and they're, you know, they increase the drop rate for those events. And you are forced to pick between that or other shittier units, you know? I'll have options, so be stronger. I'm a pretty patient guy when it comes to maxing my favorites. So I don't have like a big rush to be the first when it comes to, you know, reaching plus 2,000 for my favorites. In fact, I'm more likely to plus 2,000 units for practicality. The first unit I reached plus 2,000 with for attack, and the only one right now I believe is Kotaro. So that's to give you an idea of what I'm prioritizing right now. Also, you were scared that chapter 14 was going to be even more ridiculously hard, but it seems LifeWonders chilled down. I've heard it was easier. I'll accept that much, but you know, don't elaborate, please, because I still want to go in as blind as possible, even though I've been spoiled by a number of things from that quest by now already. It can't be helped, but you know, I still want to be able to control my own experience in what ways I can. Well, you haven't actually farmed the Chapter 13 quest much. I don't even think you got the mobs Sacred Artifact level. That's not even farming. If you haven't reached Sacred Artifact level 100, can you even call that farming? Yeah, ever since Kirito's got his skull evolution, suddenly you've gotten a lot more popular with friendly quests. Yeah. Especially if you have the Blossom Booster on, it's, from what I've heard, Kirito is actually just optimal for the Blossom quest. Should plus 2,000 Kotaro next. Have you already? I guess I didn't take a good look at your list of seeded children. But plus 2,000 attack for Kotaro was a practical choice at the time. I mean, it doesn't quite matter as much anymore since Agent's Inflation exists, but it's still nice to have for challenges. And also I use Kotaro for dungeons sometimes. Depends on my team setup. Still, it's so satisfying to see you walk all over this quest so easily. Phase 3 is so hard. If you want to see how bad I had it last time, check out my previous farm stream with my team that had quite a few differences. It was using Walken Mog, Walken Egan, and Oz, and 3-star Spooky God. And, you know, it still cleared, but it wasn't guaranteed, and there's huge variabilities in turns, and it was like going beyond 10 turns regularly. But, you know, I didn't mind nearly as much, at least in comparison to how bad it was before the speed update. With that said, I'm glad that I finally ascended and can now farm this in 3 turns exactly, super quickly. Again, once again, thank you, Irby. You'd wish they'd make the null and infinite support slots, though. you'd love to put Valentine Pokemon and Ben 10 on your sport list at the same time. Neither of them are null and infinite though. Well, I know you'd want to put both of them on, but tough, I guess. You can put one of them on free slot. Unless you're saying like you're stuck with Kirito on free slot. That's probably what you're saying now that I think about it. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. I haven't put up my favorites in a long time either. For the slots that they're found in. So my lineup right now, if I'm remembering correctly, I'll go them one at a time and I'll give my reasoning. Pretty sure I remember. So right now in free slot, there is Anvari with the Guild Master AR, aka the rank EXP and ally point booster. Now normally I'd put up the C booster with Anvari because I use him, but I actually don't know anyone else who uses this setup besides me with Anvari with the C booster. So I was kind of fine to remove him when someone else who I know farms the game pretty hard asked for the Guildmaster AR instead, which was hidden. He asked me to put it up so that he would farm that. And I think someone else asked for the... I'm not sure if someone else asked for the coin booster. Maybe it was Irby. I forget. But someone wanted the Horkei Ukami, the Summoner's Berserker's AR, with Horkei Ukami and Moritaka on Ryu as well. So that's my Ether slot, 2 Anvaris, but 2 different ARs. Both for farming, and I think I'm getting the FP from them periodically. But yeah. My water slot, I think right now is Wakan Tonka Mugen with the Tycoon's AR, which boosts rank EXP as well as coins, so that's also good for farming. Nothing will ever be as good as farming as Anvari though, but people aren't... when you see me farming with Anvari like this, it's like pretty hyper-mind max. People don't usually optimize for coins with the units too, when it comes to free quest anyways. You wish you'd be able to put Yorm and Gorman up at the same time. It's okay, Irby. Maybe 3 years from now. 10th anniversary. You're using your Anvari with coin booster. Oh, nice, awesome. And also, you're now using support. My Avarga. The era of our supports is back. Hey, what do you mean back? It never left. I've been very diligent about setting up. So as Erita mentioned, brain is kind of freezing. I actually have 3-star Avarga up on support with the Missionary's EXP booster AR. I don't really understand why Erita is using him, since most people would take the Triton AR. Not that I'm complaining, but it doesn't really matter to me either way, since Wood Slot is essentially dead for farming. There's like not really any boosters I can put there, since there's no 5-star booster that can be natively equipped on any wood unit. I think the most popular booster to put on the slot is the Guildmaster AR with Nomad, but 1, I don't have Nomad, and 2, that I'm already having that AR as requested on someone else. Yeah, the 2 supports that I usually have there, one of them was the Ryota Christmas Ryota support with the Summoner's Koji Golden Duxty AR, which boosted token boost, and that was pretty meta at the time, but now that, tokens are never gonna be relevant since everyone's always in dungeons leveling units, the Triton Beast Tamers one on water slot is more popular. I already have Wakan Takamugen for that, and that actually gives FP, so I'm not gonna do that. However, having maximum card EXP is good too, which is why I have Avarga up. It might not actually boost my ally points, but it's there for, being as short as possible with the boosters, as well as, giving a good reason for someone to keep me on their friend list as a whole for my entire roster, not just the booster slots that actually give ally points. Lucky Cat with a decent paper plane sits in the back of most of teams just because. I mean, yeah, I kind of do that too. I don't just bring Lucky Cat for free quests or for daily quests, as in coin scuffles. I also bring it for main quests whenever I do them though. So, I think if you guys watch my chapter 13 playthrough, you might notice I always bring in Vari on support or some shit like that with my own Vari, because it actually does reward like okay coin there too, even if they are only one time. Hopefully the next 5-star shot they are is Wood Valiant. Yeah, we don't have Wood or Valiant for boosters yet, I believe. Blossom boosters, those slots are useless for in-game farming. Yeah. So for Wood, as I said, is a Varga. For Valiant, what do I even have for Valiant? Oh yeah, I have Kenko up for that with the Beast Tamer's card EXP booster. So it's not gonna be giving them most EXP, but I do believe it's optimal because, well, one, Valiant is like never really used for anything else, and two, it's useful for having a carry support on dungeons. And now hear me out. It's not that you need one for just any type of content, but it's specifically a solo carry when you're leveling a bunch of level 1 units or, only LV1 units that are at level 15 or level 20 or some shit like that. But essentially when you just have a bunch of useless units that you're deciding to level all at the same time by not bringing the card EXP booster. Or rather, not bringing the card EXP pooling booster. And by choosing not to do that, you instead spread it throughout your team, which will actually let you level all those units at the same time, which is optimal in some cases when, it'll take you only one run to level 5 units versus if you try to level them all individually 5 times. In that case, Kengo is optimal. But it's still just for dungeons, so I'm kind of whatever with it. For my Infernal slot, I have Mephistopheles. It's just there if someone wants to use the Oscar strategy I demonstrated last time, or the essentially my previous farm team, which was Wakam Tonkin Mugen. And Oz and Smokey got 4-star, and 3-star Mephistopheles. So if they have the other 3 units, then they can have another seed booster there with Meph. Not my favorite pick, but he's there just for the meta that much. I don't really think anyone uses him, but whatever. I know it works, so maybe someone else knows it works too. You missed the times where you actually got varied supports from this. Now it's just different shades of the same unit. It got boring. Don't worry, you can always just use mine. You can just ignore everyone else's, and then we'll just be the one sub-supports. So, hi Loser, good to see you're always trolling. You have Veil in your Infernal slot, but if you want Yuri on a support, you can put it up. I already redeemed Good Makala from the Platinum tickets. I wish I had them earlier, but what can you do? Good to see you, Loser. Hello. I'm just trying to go over my supports right now. I talked about Water slot as Vulcan Takamugen with the Touring Sea Booster, or rather, not that. I mean, he couldn't equip that actually. Maybe I should equip that instead. I don't think people care about the Sea though. Yeah, I just have the Tycoon's Sea Boost, rank EXP booster on him. Also the Wood one with Avarga and the Missionaries EXP booster, and Valiant with Kengo, EXP booster, and Infernal with Mephistopheles, Outlaws Sea booster. As for the other ones, what do I have in the world? Oh yeah, it's Tangaroa, regular Tangaroa, Kana Tangaroa rather, with the Crafter's token booster. Like, no one's gonna use him for token boosting, but it's actually a pretty good if AR on him for farming. Not farming, for challenges. So it's kind of a dead slot, honestly, world. My all-around slot has regular Jurong with the Summoner's boosters. I'm just happy I'm able to put Jurong though, because that's like one of the few units here that is actually my favorite that I can also put up because he can equip a booster, even if it's kind of irrelevant. It's not particularly good on him. It would be better on his 5-star, which I don't have. Wish me luck for Gangster. Fafnir is your Infernal just because he's your own good Infernal unit. That is... I don't blame you. Infernal choices are kind of quite cool. I've never really looked there. I've never really solidified my decision on what to put on there. One time I had Babe Bunyan, another time I had Tsukiyomi, Mephistopheles. I don't really know what to put on it. You're torn between putting OP units in your sports slots or units you like. I know there's a lot of people who are saying, oh, I like having unique sports on my thing. I only say that for challenges, which is like fine. Like the moment you start talking to them, it does not matter if they have unique supports, is my opinion. Because if you can talk to them, you can just request them to put on different supports if you really needed these unique supports you love so much. So for me, what's just more important is, you know, people can diversify your farming choices specifically. And people who optimize for it too. So yeah, World is Tangaroa with Token Booster. Crafter's Token Booster. All around is Jurong with the Summoner's Token Booster. I think the only ones I haven't mentioned yet is maybe just Fire. Yeah. I don't remember what I have on Fire slot. It's usually someone else, but because of this Envoy setup, I had to change it up. I don't even think I have a booster on it, to be honest. Just not really else I can fit on it right now. Yeah, Fire slot is... like, I know it's good for Blossom boosters. Maybe I have a Blossom booster on it. I don't think I mentioned anyone having a Blossom booster. I want to check after this. Well, I don't really have any amazing 5-star units anyways. Oh yeah, Nether slot. I didn't mention Nether, did I? Nether is actually... Nether has 4-star Anvari with the Blossom booster. So I know no one uses it, but it's technically the most optimal support you can bring, strictly in terms of the resources you'll get. That's where my Blossom booster is at, on Nether slot with 4-star Anvari. I'm pretty sure I have like trash on Fire right now though. There's like nothing else I can put on it. Regular Tangaroa. It was Kanon Tangaroa, but yeah, it's regular Tangaroa. I just want the 5th EXP AR. Come on, LifeWonders. Right. The question is, which mentor will be able to equip it? Is it gonna be another AR that only one mentor can equip? That'd be funny and also annoying as fuck. That'd like permanently lock teams to look exactly the same for the most optimal setup. Your supports are very unique. It's just a Hakenchi. Yeah, he's been very committed to that setup for quite a while. He's already +5 level seeded. I think it's more plus level seeded by now. Maybe even +10, but not fully actually reached the cap yet for that, for Masashi. Booster based. Fire seems to have hot alts of every character in the game. Yeah, I will say that Fire tends to have the hottest characters in terms of designs. Like there's Inaba. I'm gonna start off with him. I want to suck his tits. And then there's also Kimun Kamui. Then there's Oguchi Magami. I actually did like Oguchi Magami a lot on his release, but I kind of just fell off ever since he's just never appeared. But yeah, Kimun Kamui, Oguchi Magami, Inaba, and Goemon. I used to like Goemon a lot too until the story revealed he had a really boring whatever personality. But yeah, Fire slot has definitely been like the slot for hot people since I have known better that's actually useful to put on for. I think that's good. We'll go and use our thingies now. You hope none of the mentors can equip the new EXP. The monkey spot closes. That would be the worst thing ever. Okay, just to confirm, who's on my Fire slot? Okay, it's Housamo with that AR, the seed booster. I was wondering who had that. But yeah, that's not going to be useful for anyone, maybe. I don't really have any better Fire units to equip it on. That can equip that seed booster anyways. There's like none. I'm pretty sure that's like the only crafter that is Fire slot that can also equip that. KO Fire Alt is broken. I wouldn't say that. He's quite good, but like, I don't know. He's essentially a soul carry. You know Kengo, right? 4KO Kami is essentially just Kengo, but a lot safer. Instead of gut stanking, he just, you know, mitigates damage and heals. And yeah, just heals so much. But his thing is mostly tanking. Alright, let us decide who to level seed now. Or level seed. Attack seed. Alright, 3-star Aegir. Hope you enjoy this rare privilege of me attack seeding a thrust unit that has no other utility. Because I was too lazy to find another unit. Can't wait for Jin to be the only character who can look up the next AR, please now. How'd that even work? I guess they could just restrict fire. That'd be pretty cancer though. Goman screaming sends you every time though. Yeah, I was a big fan of Goman screaming, which is his voice acting. I thought he would have a lively personality because of that. And that's part of the reason why, you know, I got into him so much. And then his event was translated and he was boring as fuck, so it's like huge dissonance there in terms of expectations and reality. Alright, I forgot to use my blossoms. Whatever. You love that your wolf husbando is goated. Or Kami's your husbando. It's a bit simple to be admitting, don't you think? I mean, I guess simple is fine. But I don't know, it's not something to be so proud about flaunting when he's like essentially everyone's husbando. Kind of like flaunting that you made the bed with the, I guess, the town watering hole. But yeah, he's pretty good. I wouldn't say he's busted. Plot twist: the new EXPR is for a future mentor yet to be added. That is, I mean, it's surprising that hasn't been the case yet for any of the existing, well, the 2 ARs. We don't get mentors too often though, so. Get a voice comparison for Kami's voice. Plot twist: new EXPR is for 5-star dead. That's what I'm counting on. If they don't do that, if 5-star dead can't equip it, that would actually just kill a dead as being the hyper carry for mentor runs. Which is essentially, if you have a shit support, then you'll be forced to bring a shit unit plus a bunch of 3-star units that do nothing or barely get by. So they absolutely need to make sure that 5-star dead can equip the next EXP booster. There's no excuse at this point. If they can't do that, then it's like all of a sudden the only 5-star mentor, there's no reason to bring him anymore. And everyone has to bring 3 stars to be optimal. And Alley Hell, and also it'll have wasted my platinum ticket that I did use for dead. Like, come on, LifeWonders. Make it happen. Scriven gets mentor, and he's able to pick up that air. Alright. Are we hyper coping right now? Any HP quest farming? No sir. My HP farming is so behind because I just straight up don't the moment I max the mob. So the only way I can HP seed or blossom someone is from events, or from login rewards whenever they rarely come during campaigns. I think the one I was working on halfway through, I started maybe 4 months ago or so. And I'm still working on it, it's like Gongwei. That's 700. Of course I'm like HP seeding tanks, but like, there's no reason to seed them when it's like more attack is always better. And I'll tell you why attack is always better. But one, if you can clear all quests on the first turn, then it doesn't matter how much HP you have after. right? They'll never hit you if you just always one-shot them. 2, the times that HP is useful is typically, generally, only gonna be for challenges, aka like things that are easy nowadays anyways, and you can probably do without HP seeding if you have the right units, which I have plenty of good units at this point that I don't need to worry about that. There's more reasons. Give me a sec. Yeah, Anoxia is happening.
ついてこい。勘違いをする。引きずり込まれ。ガチで決めるぜ。
3. HP seeding is actually detrimental for a number of units. Pretty much every unit who uses a limit, and especially for Fushi, who has this fucked up thing where he has like only underneath 50% of his HP or some garbage like that, he gets his crit plus, but he can instantly get a few moves unless you decide to HP blossom and level seed him. It's so fucking stupid. So it's like counterproductive to be HP seeding in some cases. And yeah, that's like 3 real good reasons why people should just not be HP seeding. 4 is more technical, but the impact of attack seeding is just so much greater than what's called HP seeding. This is a bit harder to quantify, but it essentially means that how do I describe this? Right. So let's say you have a character that has a certain amount of hits he can take on average, right? Maybe like 2 hits in total. And let's say that unit also has like a certain number of attacks, like an average number of attacks you can eliminate a unit. Let's say also 2 turns. If you attack seed them and HP seed them the same amount, he's gonna be able to clear it faster in 1 turn sooner than they'll be able to, you know, survive for more turns. And the reason for that is because, what's it called? The reason for that is because the percentage of amount, the contribution of HP seed is much smaller than the percentage of amount for attack seed. So if they have like 3,000 attack, and then you like HP blossom them to plus 2,000, or rather, if they have 2,000 attack and then you blossom them another 2,000, you're essentially doubling their attack. But if they have like, starting 8,000 HP, and then you HP blossom them 2,000, then that's, anyone at 10,000 HP, 2,000 difference, but that's only going to be increasing their health by a factor of... It's only going to be increasing their health by a factor of 1.25 times, versus 2 times for attack speed, so it's just lower impact by, factors overall. So it's like a very bad choice to be farming for HP seeds, in my opinion. Stunning seeds, Green blossoms. Orgus maximum blossom and water giant fully attack seed. Time for HP farming. Yep. Well, again, it's personal choice, but these are like very strong reasons of why you should not be HP seeding out ever. Like, it might be useful for challenges, but like, challenges never really needed that much additional help when it came to seeding, and especially not HP seeding. Especially when things like guts tanking exists. Like, well, why do you need more HP when you just got tank? And another reason is, like, you can just double your HP easily with affiliations, too. So, like, why bother? That's, like, partially true for attack, too. But, again, attack has pretty intricate. In this case, I needed both affiliations and attack seeding and blossoming to make sure you would do enough damage to clear. So, yeah, you just finished blossoming Masashi to... So aside from being 14 instead of 15, he's on par with the rest of your other country. Congratulations on that. It shouldn't take too long to level them up. Now you're gonna finish, focus on HP blossoms to finish them off. You're on time right now. Essentially, HP seeds and HP blossoms, once you've already done whatever tanks are your comfort tanks to make sure you have at least one. It's essentially just a cosmetic thing. Like, you don't need HP seed or HP blossom except just give your favorites because you like them. And if your favorite is Fushi, my condolences, because you're actually hurting them by blossoming them. You're mostly just finished Walter, because you needed somewhere to put the 50 HP blossoms for anniversary logins. Yeah, I actually finished my first plus 2000 unit, and as I was saying, the only reason you want to do it is like to show off your favorites. The first unit that I HP blossomed fully to 2000 is a Jerome. And a good thing too, because he actually benefits from it as a tank. It might conflict with his limit if you're bringing the AR, the summoner's AR, but it's like whatever. You think there is some merit to HP seeding your low seeding units because you gotta take them off through dungeons? There is definitely merit to HP seeding dungeon units, and by that I mean fucking just mentors because they die instantly. I've HP seeded all my mentors for what it's worth. And that includes Triton, who's like forever in the back. As for HP Blossom, like, I don't know, it's like I already have a setup for my mentor team where I can guaranteeably clear as long as I play it right. So if that's the case, then you're guaranteed not to die as you play it right, no matter what arrangement it is. Then what's the point of HP blossoming? Unless like I'm intentionally throwing or being a subakum when they don't have to be. One day, LifeWonders won't be able to do percent based healing, and it can boost Labe's HP so he doesn't break. Shiva almost died from one shot. Yeah. I wasn't paying attention for that turn, but I probably just forgot to move on right to the back on base 2. That's not supposed to happen. This is guaranteed to turn, it's just if I don't, like sometimes Walkman Mugen pushes right to the back if I'm not paying attention. And then he won't be able to hit him for base 3 to help finish him off. You think HP seeding Orgus is fine. If you're using him for immune evasion, his HP pool is low and he depletes it. I forgot even that. Orgus is the worst than I remembered. Oh, not Blossoming Leech. Strong is taking over the yard. So true. You think your first fully HP Blossoming unit was Mephistopheles, that is but you did say he was one of your favorite starters. Alongside Tomotomo. Yo, John Rivera, how's it going? We're just going over the merits of HP seeding versus attack seeding, and why I believe HP seeding and HP blossoming is something you should generally not waste your time with. Since you just got here, I'll just summarize what they are. These are 4 very good reasons why HP blossom. Summary 1. If you're doing enough damage, so as long as you're prioritizing attack seeds and other damage offense, if you can clear in one turn, they'll never hit you, so HP is irrelevant at that point. 2. HP can be detrimental to some units, such as Fushi or any limped user, so it's counterproductive to even HP seed him in first place. I didn't HP see Kengo for that reason, actually. He's, even back then when people were like HP seeding and attack seeding for their favorites, when farming wasn't as important, I still didn't for Kengo just because his entire thing is depleting his own HP so he can maximize his damage on limit. And by HP seeding him, I would add more time for him to reach his peak damage. What was the third reason? It's not like I had a list for these in my written down, so I'm just kind of trying to remember it. The third reason, well, this was the 4th reason, but I can't remember the 3rd one. The 3rd reason was it just has lower impact than attack seeds. Based on percent. If a unit has 2000 attack, which is reasonable, then if you give them plus 2000 blossom, you're doubling your attack. If a unit has 8000 HP, which is reasonable, as an average, and then you give them plus 2000 HP blossom, then they won't be able to experience nearly as much of a multiplicative effect. It's only like a 1.25 times boost when they reach 10,000 HP. There's like a 4th reason, but I can't remember it. You haven't been on chapter 14 because you're on chapter 13. Nice. That's a pure choice.
さあガチ儲けのチャンスだぜ。引きずり込まれる。ガチで決めるぜ。俺から離れぬように引きずり込まれる。
等しく沈
む。ガチで決めるぜ。俺揺れん。
Fushi stands just gotta hold on and hope his skill evolution makes him lose 50% of his own move regardless of seeding and such. Yeah, I doubt that's happening. I'd rather have them make it so that you can adjust your own units, like existing level and amount of seeding. But let's say you plus 2000 seeded summon, then you can choose how much seeding they have before they enter battle and can choose what level they start off with. You can also choose what level break stage they start off with, presuming you already unlocked that point. That's what I prefer. Fuck, no more struggle clears? This is not the arena. You can thank Irby for that, for this team setup he constructed for me. Well, mostly helped me build, and I tried to make it work on my own terms. But yes, I did, as you can see, invest a lot in Shiva to make this work. I had to use the remaining 5 level seeds on him to get him to 75, and you know I already skill seeded him. I also needed to blossom him a tiny bit more. It was actually just a difference of a few blossoms for me to be able to clear Walk on Tonk on phase 2. Walk on Tonk on phase 2 has 42,000 HP. So let's see how much damage she was able to do now. Or was it like 43,000? Anyways, it's very close now with blossoms. 48,000. Yeah, he had 48,000 exactly. And I needed to invest in Blossom as well as in the fucking affiliations. And I didn't have enough gold certificates, so I actually needed to go to Anvari Shop to redeem them. That was like the only time I decided to redeem certificates from Anvari Shop. But you know, I needed to speed this up because I was not having it. So that was level seeded and certificates that I didn't even have at the time. And blossoms, which I didn't have at the time, I also purchased the blossoms from Anvari Shop in this one case to make them work. And also, gosh, I invested more, as you can see. I mean, you may have seen this already, but I've also skill seeded Eta. The meme is real. I can finally show off how amazing Eta is at full build. 48,000 HP. Ain't no way he had settled seeds on. I mean, check out his HP in the wiki. It's literally just 48,000, so it was a difference of that much. So it was like actual stat seeding becoming relevant again. But it's only relevant and possible because of the, what's it called, the affiliations boost, which obviously wouldn't have been possible since I'm using 2 Anvaris rather than someone that can actually help board wide amp. Does that make sense to me? Honestly, being able to one-turn most quests nowadays was reason enough for me not to farm HP seeds and blossom anyway, outside of your faves. Yeah, it's strictly just a for a favorite thing. And even then, you gotta be careful. If you have units like Fushi, you'll be doing them a disservice to do that. I actually like Hengo, and I would have HP seeds from them if it wasn't for that stupid thing. His limit actually being dependent on lower damage. Eta more like Yuta. I don't think we have a Yuta in the game yet. We do have a Yuma. Is that what you mean? Yuma? Yuma. Yeah, I can see what you mean. Yuma, the neckbeard redditor. That is you know, standing his OC and becoming them. Baking cookies. While getting cooked. Big Yuma vibes right there. This isn't event to the variant Eta, so you should show so much. This is just base. I should. Yeah. After unlocking this, I was like, maybe I should have actually added Eta 4-star. I mean, I knew he could have helped clear this quest before, but I don't know. I just had so much choices, and I think in my mind I was already wanting to recommend Kalki. And there are better units that can pierce thing at this point for permanent units. Well, or other 4-star, maybe not permanent units. Like Kalki and Soul would be better choices generally, but just for except for Eta in this case, since I have him. Oh well. Speaking of which, just finished Attack Seeding Blossom Eternal. Congratulations. Got an HP Blossom. That is close again. But his variant is a tank as well, so I guess it works out.
俺から離れ引きずり込むはい引きずはいど
Just got 3-star leaked, but there are other 3-stars. Are there other 3-stars here coming? Yes, the mentors. So these are the most important 3-stars in the game to have, the mentors. You need to have some combination of units with the mentor skill, which include Boogeyman, Rhythmic, Jean, Triton, Avarga. Might be just those 5. Oh yeah, Dead. Dead also has a 5-star though, but so you don't need 3-star Dead if you have 5-star Dead. In fact, it's preferable you have 5-star Dead, since he's like the only carry among the mentors, since they're all 3-stars. But they're important strictly for the resource EXP boost. Can see demonstrations from them later. I might do it as a bonus at the end of the stream. Show you my mentor clears of it. Sashi's not a mentor. Okay, yeah, so all the canon teachers. Not all the teachers are mentors. A lot of them are, but definitely not all of them. Not even close. Since there's a lot of teachers in this game too. But yeah, my recommendations among the mentors would be just because you need Triton and Avarga. Triton is limited, keep that in mind. You can redeem them from the limited ticket selector with a 3-star ticket, I guess. He's the only one that can equip the Beast Tamer there, as well as Avarga, who's permanent. But you can't redeem him because he's just 3-star. There's no 3-star selector except for the free one. And that one is, he can equip the missionaries there. They're the only ones among the mentors that can equip those boosters, so they're the strongest in terms of resource boost among the mentors. Besides them, I'd also recommend Kriznik because he's actually like quite strong even on his 3-star for conquering, damage dealing in general, and stalling. I have a video on mentor runs if you want to check that out to see how I clear with it. It's still mostly true now, even though the Missionaries AR wasn't released back then. Seems like you're at the part where you fight Filth. No, you're recommending Musashi. Yeah. I mean, 3-star Musashi. Okay, well, everyone is free to add their own recommendations. I'll just keep on adding mine though. So besides those mentors, so Kriznik, primarily because I feel he's the strongest mentor, as well as Triton and Avarga strictly for their equipment purposes. Although I do believe Avarga is actually better for in-game battle to deal with bosses. What are the other mentors I use? I'm forgetting. Well, there's that, obviously, but I already talked about him. There's going to be some other 3-stars that have some use as well. I think the memes from both 3-star, what's it called? Loki as well as Pazuzu are pretty funny. Loki, when he dies, so 3-star death means, if you let him die, he releases a powerful amount of flat damage on the entire enemy board. Obviously it's one time since he just dies once. But it's like, you normally wouldn't find an ability like that on the face, but it's very strong. Same thing for Pazuzu, he releases a very strong debuff when he dies. Double blind on the entire board, so denies both their charge as well as their skill. It's very cool. Sandayu sweep. I completely forgot to mention Sandayu. Sandayu is also mentor. I don't really use him just because if you have Dead, which you do, then you should never use Sandayu. And I don't mean to say that he replaces him. I mean to say they're actually incompatible with each other in gameplay to an extreme extent. Sandayu comes packaged in with Blessing weakening, which when you have Blessing on him, he has greatly reduced activation rate. The problem with that is Dead, who is the hypercarry you want, reduces or gives Blessing regularly every time he moves, and you are going to be moving him often. So it's like one of the worst anti-synergies in the game. However, if you don't have Dead, because he has a 5-star and he like never is right up, you'll probably... By the way, Dead is my #1 pick for the 5-star selector that everyone begins with, for permanent units. But if you don't have Dead, then Sandayu is probably the best choice in terms of movers among the mentors. It is really an either-or thing though. can one-shot you with his charge attack. Didn't know he could inflict possession on your team. Yeah, he inflicts possession every time he's debuffed, I believe, in long slash range. So the best way to counter that is just make sure you're not in front of him or you don't debuff him. Yeah, Nana Yorm will be level 90. This unit EXP farming and Blossom farming is really working. Can you shut the fuck up, Kirby? Always saying some curse that shit. Alright, let's continue. Some people are actually choosing to level their units and free quest farming. I guess you could do it, but I don't know. It's missing out on that coin with double and bar if you do that. If you're able to clear it, there's no reason not to. But I just feel like there's gonna be something sacrificed that he tried to do that. If you bring EXP boosters though, that's a real problem. As in EXP booster ARs. As you said before, coin without EXP is nothing for level seeding. That's correct. You're using EXP boosters right now? Is that what's correct? I don't know what you're trying to say. So that's just finding your division between coin and unit EXP farming. I mean, are you saying you're prioritizing card EXP over coin? Because I don't know about that. They're both intrinsically connected. I mean, it's also connected to skill seed, but whatever, you do you. I just feel like it's not really equivalent, even if they are, you know, tied very closely. Just because coin is something you will always have to spend resources on, as in stamina. But card EXP you can just get for free if you're patient enough. But, you know, it is EXP on the table. Whatever, it's up to you at the point. Let's go level up our units now. Actually, is there anyone we can... That's 1069 right now. They've done it, alright. You always get coin on quest, you got no unit XP, so you don't need to... If you don't at least use the pooling AR. Oh, so you have to use the pooling AR. Gross. Whatever. I mean, I know that the card XP is actually like okay-ish in the context of hyper farming, but I think it's just a different end priorities in terms of, as I mentioned before, I'm not in a big rush to max my units first before everyone else. I just want to have them. Very drunk. Right. We'll keep on working with Tar Mighty to build up our Exodia. Very tiny bit. Alright, and who's our attack seed target today? Or he can, rather. Most of these are tanks or leftover heroes to face this. I probably should have taxied to face this, since I'm running out of choices now. Let's work on fucking Orgus. Whatever. I'd rather attack seed Orgus than face this. I didn't get either Masashi or Quantum, and I did pull for them. I think I used like 10 tickets in total. It's a shame since, you know, who knows when they'll reprint, and I'll be missing out on their special quests for Valentine's Day whenever that does drop. Oh well. It sucks missing out on like a base limited units. I missed out on like all the Afkari cast except for Fafnir as well, I believe. Or the second event anyways. What am I still doing here? Do I have any more? I don't. Farming. And we'll stop at 82 for this round. I'll have a chance again for the special quest on Valentine's event reruns. At least then it'll be translated. Why will I have a chance again? Why would they reprint then? I'm saying every new unit gets a special quest during Valentine's Day, but I doubt Masashi and Quantum are going to be reprinting by that point.
ガチ儲けのチャンスだぜ。引きずり込まれよ。ガチで決めるぜ。俺から離れぬようにするの。揺れぬ。You
didn't pull for Masashi and Quantum because you spent all your stones for getting the Arsalan variant. I'm surprised so many people still like Arsalan nowadays. Yeah, he got his appeal for when he first appeared, but I don't know, maybe he just got renewed interest because of his variant. This seems like a... personal taste, personal taste.
悪くないな。このままぬいぐるみ商戦という闘争にいっそ興じてみてやるか。ついてこい。勘違いをす。引きずり込まれよ。ガチで決めるぜ。俺から離れ揺れぬ。引きずり込まれよ。等しく沈む。ガチで決めるぜ。俺揺れぬ。等しく沈む。ガチで決めるぜ。俺から離れぬ。揺れぬく。
Can you believe it that I'm still actually trying to remember what that fourth point was for why HP seeding is not good? It's like this stuff bothers me every time. It's like I have something in mind and you know I had it in the beginning but then I forget it later. It's like it's gonna haunt me for a long time and I'll be thinking about 7 conversations later still up to that point. So let's just recap on what they were. 1, they were detrimental to some units. 2, you don't need an HP seed if you're clearing on one turn constantly. What's called 3, they have lower impact than attack seeds. And what is the 4th point? God damn it. I'm gonna like fucking die if I don't remember. Then pull Masashi and I read that. Is Tez in your back line? You swear every time you turn away, you heal. It is Tez in back line. The reason why he's there is because he's like the Warmonger I picked to boost the Warmonger's affiliation, as well as equip the C booster Outlaw's AR. I'll need to go back in the video and check for you. Oh, please do. I mean, if you can find it. I'll try not to have too many interesting conversations while you check, though. But, I'll probably just be thinking about what it was until you come back. I'll give it like maybe a couple minutes. Maybe I'll just keep on spitballing points that don't exist, man. Gotcha. Okay, well, let me think if there's any other points that are legitimate. HPC. Well, okay, I didn't mention this point, but it's also an opportunity cost. With all those reasons combined, it's like if you choose to HP seed farm, you're missing out on attack seed farming instead, which is just better in all those other aspects, right? So that's an opportunity cost for choosing that over the other farm, which I think is an important point to realize as well. I do wonder if Luther can actually find that point. The stream has been going on for an hour and a half now. I'll be surprised if he actually finds it. You got Mephistopheles on Limit Break 3 because you need to one-shot that boss. Oh wow, they actually moved the heart overlay. That's good. Yeah, nothing. Okay. Yeah, Mephistopheles is quite good for this boss with Oscar, because together, along with Welcome Tonka Mugen and Smoky God, he's just strong enough to destroy Ramu even without having the defense piercing. It's just that overwhelming in damage. Wait, I think I remember the point now. Maybe it has to do with the quest types that they're useful in. It's like for HP farming. Maybe Luther can confirm this if that was my last point. But the last point to reiterate was the quest types that it's useful for. HP farming is pretty much only useful for, like, just challenges. Whereas attack, seeding, and blossoming is useful for every type of quest, and more importantly for farming, because why is farming more important than challenges? Challenges, well, difficulty aside, if they were difficult, it would be important to prepare for them, but, you know, you only need to beat them once. Attack seeds, you're going to be repeating multiple times, right? Or rather, farming, you're going to be repeating multiple times. Shiva's voice actor is from JoJo Part 4. It seems... wait, what? Shiva's voice actor. I thought you were gonna say Scally Poker. That's definitely something. JoJo is just an anime I could never really pick up. Well, more like never try. Every time I have like a slight want to, I'm just like, I look at screenshots, I'm like, is it worth it to watch this meme? Just to know the JoJo references. Just realized how much rank EXP you're forfeiting. I'm not paying attention. Go, gadget, go! Go, gadget! Done! I should probably just reset this bug at this point. I probably should have brought him right with me. Go, gadget! I'll be right back! Alright, it looks like it's... Alright, go over there. Yeah, I probably just reset at the point. Anyway, as I was saying, HP Seeds is only useful for challenges, which you'll do once at best, unless you're freak, and even then, it's like, really. Whereas Attack Seed will just be more useful for dailies and free quests. And those ones will be repeating over and over and over and over again. That'll take up like 95% of all the quests you do, maybe not even 99% if Karma as hard as I do. Oh, we got boosters back! And he actually iterated them. Alright, one, if you kill him before the HP doesn't matter. Yeah, I remember that. That's actually something I remember. I think I remembered what it was, but I want to hear what you recap.
I'm at
the edge of my seat waiting for Luther to continue. Oh gosh. The times that HP are used are only for challenge. Oh, that was it? Yeah, that was it! I was like, I kind of elaborated on more on how... That was the point I forgot. The other two I remember. But that was the point I kind of forgot, which is essentially... You can continue with the other 2 points, by the way. You will be doing farming quests like far more, and that's why it's a lot more important for those, whereas HP seems kind of irrelevant for those unless you're like really not doing that well at all. Great gets to. 3 HP seeding can be detrimental to something like Lucy. I really pay attention to Luce right now. This is a good summary that's written. And 4, the impact of attack seeding is way more filled than HP seeding. You could elaborate more, but I guess that's fine. Also, there's a 5th point that I kind of just thought up much later. I'll just start it down right now. Buckle up, Ryota. but I don't know what you're talking about with that. There will be like one time I'll farm HP seeds ever. So that'll be rare when I do that on stream. But it should be happening the next time things are translated. Maybe not, honestly. The only time I'll do it is to max the mob. And I'm not gonna... I might actually just max the mob before I decide to stream like I did last time. So this quest did actually get translated for the last time it half-stand campaigns happened with the chapter 14 release. I did not actually stream my farming back then, unfortunately. I was probably just too busy with the chapter 14 playthrough at the time. But yeah, that was a missed opportunity to show off HP seed farming very rarely. Sorry you're saying them as they came up on video, so I took that. No, much appreciated, Luther. Much love. Thank you. And everyone in chat, pay attention to Luther right now. That's a good-ass summary. Like, I said it in way too many words, but he boiled it down to, like, less than one line each. Oh, it's like 2 lines within chat, but you got the idea. So as a reward for the good boys and maybe one girl, but probably just all boys in chat right now, who decide to stay for 2 hours in or just hopping in now by chance, I am in the know of who the variants are for this Christmas. I can let you know right now, though I actually did forget one of them, so it can't be helped. But I know most of them. Alright, so the first one off the bat, there's going to be a new otter unit. I don't know what their name is going to be based off of or what mythology, it doesn't really matter, but new otter, that's all you need to know. Secondly, there is going to be a Turing variant. So the British guy that's based off of Alan Turing, and looks like he's from Genshin Impact. And third, what was joining? I think there was going to be, like, there's a big one I remember, but I'm trying to remember the other ones before like I give up on it. Oh yeah, there's going to be an Ulaanbaatar variant. So for anyone that likes their firefighter pornos, good day to you right now. And this is the last one I remember, but there should be one in the variant that I'm just straight up forgetting. The last one to remember, some people will actually be really, like myself, will be a big fan of, is Gongle is getting a second variant. So be excited for that. I don't know what the fourth unit is, I just forgot. Wasn't paying attention. Is it a bird unit? Oh yeah, that's right, thank you. Okay. The other unit is gonna be Horus. How could I forgot? Yeah, it's Horus. Speculatively, it's gonna be Ulaanbaatar as well as what's it called? Gongle, that's gonna be 5 stars, but who knows really? It's just speculation at this point. But I've heard on good word that those are the variants this time around. I'm excited for Gongle, but he'll just have to take whatever leftovers he can get rid of him. Whatever sloppy seconds after what's left I was gonna go somewhere bad based on that joke. Anyways, I'm saving my horde for Jurong. True, Horus never has a variant. Yeah, I'd be down for Horus variant. I do think his design is cool, but Sure comes first. Oh, you can fix the fourth point. Nice, you can take a screen cap of it and share it later if you want. I probably won't do it now, but I don't want to like make a weird noise or show my other apps by accident by opening up the screenshot up here. Here, excited to finally skip a banner. And then do a multi anyway, because shiny new thing. Then be disappointed and regret your life choices. Irby, you're broke. Let's party. Spend it all. You're waiting, seeing this otter's design direction. Not usually a big fan of otters historically in the furry community. Furries have been depicted as, or otters have been depicted as twinks. So I don't really like twinks, but I know that some forms of media and visual novels have depicted otters as more, you know, stocky, which I'd be down for. But you know, that association can't really divert my mind after so many generations of otter twinks, especially since it's codified into, you know, the language of actual, like, gay relationships. Otters being just hairy twinks is essentially what otters are equal to. Bar testing does more for a unit in terms of letting attack harder and finish the quest faster than HP seeding does for letting the unit take more hits. Yeah, that's essentially the idea. Just a smaller percent-wise difference in terms of attack. Anyway, butt variant. I mean, his parents are really kind of a butt, but I'm down for Gangwei. Big fan of them. You don't either, but it could be Twink. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. But I'm not looking forward to it just because it's been codified that way. I might have my mind changed once it is released, though. Already sleeping through this banner if the predictions are true. Can just trade a plat ticket for otter if he's cute. Well, now that you know, you now have more information, and you know, information is power. Which means if you're thinking of pulling for someone on the reprint banners that we're holding up for Christmas, now you know that, you know, if you don't want them, you can pull for the reprints instead. I think part of the reason why I forgot Forrest was I was like scanning the list of units I hadn't attack-sated, and I couldn't find him because I think I already did attack-sate him. Hey guys, I know about considering my dope. Irby wants to live off his high after a roller coaster of ups and downs. Between the downfall through Oscar and the return with every other event after with Dagon and with Craig. Not really. And the Afkari banner. Curse of Ra. Someone's really into that meme. We've heard of the Curse of Ra, get ready for the Curse of Ara. Booga booga. Hey, every time I pull on the banner, I don't care about. I got close to full factor. The hubris in this man. I don't feel as bad for blowing through my stones on anniversary knowing what Christmas banner will be. Wow. All the Jiro stands are gone. They became Hakenshi exclusionary. No love for Gangwei, I see. Curse of Iron includes being extremely smart and cute and also becoming a Pomeranian. It's just incidental with the Pomeranian. I don't actually have the Pomeranian as like a persona or anything. I more associate myself with like... I designed my own persona as like a red panda or bear or some mixture of that. But I went with Pomeranian because it's just like... My profile picture for YouTube is essentially that. Free leaked. So I don't know. I was kind of trying to go for an actual drawn furry Pomeranian, and so I put that in like the AI service I was using, DAL-E, And it just kept on outputting like real Pomeranians. And I was like, you know what, these are kind of really cute, unexpectedly so. So I just went with them. It apparently interpreted Frey not as like anthropomorphic, even when I put in the term anthropomorphic, it just ignored it. So it just kept on giving me a straight up Pomeranian wearing glasses. I think they're cute, so I just put them on the videos. Me remembering clearing the new semester banner with 25 paid stones. Jesus Christ, because you thought it was a neat discount and getting both spices was multi. Then completely failing to get Oscar next banner. Oh my god, you deserved that. Oscar now. I felt bad for your Oscar, but the fact that you cleared with 25 stones, not even a full one, Jesus Christ. So it's your YouTube Sona. Sort of. I don't know. Just for videos. There are always different every video, as you can see, because, you know, just generate a new AI every single time. New AI image. Doesn't help that Gongwei came to Housamo with Typhon. The cooler Gongwei, ouch! Did they debut together? I feel like Typhoon debuted on his own, but I don't remember. They did share the same event though, was Embark. What's this sad ass music? This is a sad farewell to all the attack seeds as I choose to use them on very questionable choices. Goodbye, attack seeds. I don't think I farmed enough in this case. Did I stop prematurely in this time? I think I might have did. That's alright. I think street is fine. I did use street until, right? I'm freaking out now. I'm just freaking out because usually I use it more attack seeds by this point. Alright, did we just switch by accident to a different thing? Please no. Let's see. Yes, we can finish up Kersha. He's an actual comp player. I have his 5-star, and I never use him. Like, why would I use him when I have, like, Naiko's Kurigane, Bushi, and all that? Oops. 1, 2. Our the bad takes are invading your channel again. The poll voters are leaking. Wait, what bad takes are happening? Oh, are you talking about the cooler Gongwei? Yeah. Honestly, it's a tough choice between the two. I love them both for different reasons. And I like their synergy too. It helps that they're cool friends. They could take turns with me, to be honest. I wouldn't mind. Seriously though, I'm a big fan of both Typhon and Gongwei. So I can't really argue against a fan of Typhon. You just noticed Gongwei had another name. Goryo or something. Goryo is the Japanese translation of the original, his original name, which is, I believe, Jubajie. And when he turned into Pigsy in the story, he turned into like Ju Gongwei. Essentially, sometimes you'll see different translations because not all translations across all regions are the same. And that's why it's kind of not straightforward to translate Housamo, because you don't just need to know Japanese, you need to know the original place of origin for the mythologies they borrow from. I mean, as an example, Japan's not called Japan in Japan. It's called Nihon or Nippon. It's things like that, you know, just it's not a direct translation. You actually need to see the source material. Trying to remind me of Lego Monkey Kid. What? Just realized this playlist is not shuffled at all. I'm gonna start shuffling it now. What the fuck? My bad. You know, let's skip this one. I think we have too many happy music at the same time. Alright. The playlist is now shuffled. Not that anyone noticed, but I noticed. Because I know those two songs, Words Have Wings and whatever that Romance Blooms one is from the same one, or right next to each other in the track list. That's interesting music. It's in my playlist, but it hasn't come up yet. It might come up sooner since obviously it's very near end of the track list in order. But now that's unordered, it might come sooner. Ara slowly transitioning from leaked to Jurongstone. It'll be complete when he gets Red Panda with glasses picture. That would be cute, I might consider it. I actually did originally make a GIF of my icon that transformed into a red panda. That had nothing to do with Jurong. I'm just really into red pandas, which is part of the reason why I like Jurong so much. But, alright, maybe I will. Good idea. There was another Housamo character that his name originally in Japanese, it was a dog character. I mean, all the Hakenshi are Japanese straight up, so they're about as accurate as we can get for the names. Taka Inuduka, or Inuduka depending on translation. Chino. Chino's his first name, I believe. There's Tindalos, although his origin is actually called the Towns of Tindalos. I don't know what, Tindalos as the location is, but that is what it's referring to. Pandas are very cute! I'm sad I missed out on playing a Gangster banner. You missed it? What happened to you in Gangster? Well, a lot of horrendous shit happened to me during the period, as you saw. Gorm? Gulm? Are you talking about in over here? Or do you mean Reprobus? If you mean the marine dog, I think his Reprobus was like the name of a saint, Saint Nicholas. I don't know what Gorm is or Golem. It might have been some other name that was used in Japan, but I don't know. Well, it's more so like you had passed it because you hadn't realized the cue. How do you not realize it without looking at it instantly? Like, hello, are your eyes taped shut? It's like, would you lie? Well, I don't know. I kind of used to dislike Fushi by association with too much chat spamming from certain people, but that's past. Of course, I dislike him strictly based on him denying from Jurong, but I don't really believe in denying like that. It was just luck in the end, right? And I think his writing in the story was like fairly decent. I don't really mind or at least more controversial. I wouldn't say necessarily worse. And then there's also he's a strong unit. Honestly, he's probably much better than Jurong is in terms of general use. For both farming and challenges. Still, Jurong's like the only pick in the game currently that I don't have, that I want strictly for like appearance, like really badly. I mean, I used to really want Typhon too, but like he repented a number of times, and every time I pulled for him, I never got him. So that like, sort of strong desire to pull had really faded away by now. It's okay, you'll make up for it by pulling for Jurong and failing immediately, and probably getting Fushi to cross your roster. That doesn't have to be again. Protagonist not being plus 2000 tax-seated. So you may have noticed that I'm not dumping all my attack blossoms on a single character. That's intentional right now. And the reason is because this is just another optimization thing, although there's some arbitrary decisions made in the end. Essentially, the coin costs slightly, but it does actually increase the higher your current seed level is. So let's say your seeding amount is at 0, so everyone starts at 0. It's at the cheapest then. As you go higher, once you start seeding from like plus 500, it's even more then. And once you reach to blossom level, it makes another jump and becomes even way higher. And how much it increments by also increases. So the coin cost slowly but steadily balloons up, and that's why for me, as a cost-saving measure, and just because I'm patient, as I mentioned a few times right now, I don't mind waiting to match my favorites. But my decision I made was to actually choose to attack seed, or rather attack blossom units in a specific way, which is to have them have an equal amount of lesser seeds and normal tier 2 seeds and greater seeds. Sorry, lesser blossoms, regular blossoms, and greater blossoms. And the equation for that is essentially, well, there's math involved, right? But essentially, you need to spend around 70 attack seeds or lesser attack seeds. Then you need to go spend some tier 2 attack seeds until you reach like 120 or 1280-ish. And then from there, the rest you can spend on greater attack seeds. And by doing that, you'll spend an equal amount on each type of tier. And I'm doing that because it can save a bit of coin if... Obviously, you'll save coin if you... Actually, this is not obvious. You'll need some math. But if you start... The cost to use one tier 1 seed is identical to the cost of using a tier 3 seed. It's just that you'll make the jumps less often, and it'll cost more in the long run to use smaller seeds just because you need to use more. And the more you stick in the higher ranges with your lower seed tiers, the higher the cost is going to be because it's inflated more at that point. So the strategy is to actually skip as much as possible by using only the tier 3 blossoms once I reach 1280, and then only use for the lower ranges my tier 1 and tier 2 ones. So it's a coin saving measure essentially. Oh wow, freaking Show talked a lot the last time I was talking. Hey Joe, welcome. Let's see. You forgot if you asked this already, but are you planning on spending all your drinks? You dumbass jump scare. I know, right? Jump scare too the moment I looked in chat. I was like, what's all this blue suddenly here for? That's fine. Good to see you, as always, Joe. Hope you had fun at McDonald's and with your friends. I haven't seen you in quite a while, Joe. So it's nice to see you actually dropping in the stream once. Oh yeah. My goal is to use everything, all my drinks except for maybe like 3-ish. And the only reason I keep 3 is just so that I'll be ready for the next time I stream a first look, and I can just instantly clear all of the all the drop quests. That's actually one suboptimal thing I do that consistently that I can't avoid. Which is, it's also a minute thing, but using drinks to quick clear free quests, or, you know, the event drop quest is technically suboptimal. Maybe it's more optimal for the owl point boost so you can enjoy it early in the beginning, but still, it's suboptimal. But, you know, I gotta show all the quests, or at least that's my intention anyways, for those streams, so it's unavoidable, which is why I keep a bit of drink left over just for that. What's up? Hi, Eric. Kiss, kiss. Alright. Looks like someone's been to Paris recently. I've been doing more streams. It's, I mean, not lately. More like you've been paying less. Between falling asleep for the last Master Detective Art final. So actually, I didn't even show up for that one. And, like, you know, missing the last, what's it called? Farming stream. I don't even remember if you were in the discussion stream. If you were, it must have been very brief. Okay. Guess you're all pulled up. So that it'll bounce your leave yours. Hope you have a good luck with Christmas Jurong with rerun banner. I'm gonna need more luck than just for Jurong, but knowing me, I'm not even gonna have enough luck. We'll see. Stop reminding them. Everyone needs to know about the Joe opening. AKA the one time that Joe was on stream with us on discussion because he wanted to join in because Harvey used the power of nepotism to get it in. And then he bombed really hard when he talked, particularly in Behemoth's and Arslan's parts. Yeah, don't worry, everyone should have forgotten about that since I know. You're heading out now. Have fun with the room temperature IQ 10 bicycle. So that's the expression, 10 bicycle. I was thinking about that earlier. Fucking town watering hoe, that's not right. It's okay, Joe, to be dumb. As long as you're getting a lot of action, then who cares, right? Alright, fine, that's an insult to the room temperature. Crowning, huh? Doesn't that mean you're happy? According to Discord anyways. The more we make Joe frown, the happier he'll be. So you know what to do, chat. Am I seeding? I've pumped my seed in so many people that I've lost count. Not true in real life, unfortunately, but those ones I can't count. Even if I don't But we'll be reminded by who I'm seeding the moment where everyone's this batch. What's this batch at right now? 85 to 83 to 79? I think I need to have 79 units remaining and then we'll check out. But yeah, ATK seeded a lot more units this time around. At least 2, maybe even 3 so far. I'm using Andy for the extra coin. All free quests drop coin. And also I've given up completely on coin scuffles, so this is my optimization of coin now. It's not gonna be as... like, it's only like slightly worse than half as good, I believe. But, you know, it's still an impressive source of coin nonetheless. And also you're getting rank XP in Seed and Blossom in the meantime. Party always does a point. Great point to me.
大量大量。おい
引きずり込まれる。ガチで決めるぜ。俺から離れぬ揺れぬ。引きずり
等しく沈
ガチで決めるぜ。俺揺れぬ。引きずり込まれる。ガチで決めるぜ。俺から離れ引きずり込まれる。はい引きず等しはいど。
Isn't that stupid levitating man gif or emoji? I don't know why that emoji even exists. Moxa's really is an unbeatable outfit. Yeah, I know people simp over like Tiscali Poker's base forms and all these skins, but it's like, look at that, let's just take the plushie form. Turn him into a multiple plush. Stuff in my jar, where he belongs. Yeah, welcome JBR. Back on the grind with a different team, as you may have noticed. That is guaranteed! 3 turns! But it did require a lot of investment. OMG, gonna fight the plushie? Oh, don't worry, we always have a ton of time to sew up the seams that have been unloosed later. You know, so he doesn't miss a drop.
海の男には惚れるなよ。やっべ、決まりすぎ。
ついてこい。勘違いをす。引きずり込まれる。ガチで決めるぜ。俺から離れぬよ。引きずり込まれる。
等しく沈
ガチで決めるぜ。お揺れん。引きずり込まれる。ガチで決めるぜ。俺からは揺れぬく。引きず等しく。
10 level seeds is equal to 50... 500... Wait, what? I think that's too much. It's 5 million coins? No, it's... what is it? It's 27.5 million for the first 10. If you're going beyond that though, it is actually higher than that. Much higher. I think it goes up to like 100,000 total, up to... or a bit more than 100,000. If you're going up to plus 20. 17.5, it's a 27.5. At least for the first 10. Also, thanks for the subscription, Mora. What entertainers unit should I see next? Erta said to do Niral, so you're just doing going once, you gotta... Just doing a going once, going twice thing? Oh. Just seed everyone, who cares? If you haven't seeded all your entertainers already by now, I don't know what your issue is. It's someone who's a self-proclaimed entertainer fan. There's not that many entertainers, jeez. Doesn't really matter who you'll seed first, since at this point in time, you should be able to seed everyone by the end of the event, and it's not like you'll really use any of them for anything else by then.
俺から離れぬよう引きずり
等しく沈
ガチで決めるぜ。揺れぬ。引きずり込まれる。ガチで決めるぜ。俺からは揺れぬ。引きずり等しく我愛欲に打ち勝てる。見たか、俺がお前に落ちるのではない。俺がお前を落とすのだ。さあガチ儲けのチャンスだぜ。引きずり込まれる。ガチで決めるぜ。俺から離れぬようにする。揺れぬ。引きずり
等しく沈
ガチで決めるぜ。
Wrong seeding. I'm like trying to engage with your conversation right now, but I don't really know what to say to it. Yeah, just seed them all. I don't know. There's no big deal. You don't need to think too deeply about your seeding first. Let's just seed. If you're talking about Blossom, it's a different story. But if you're just seeding them, it's like you can see how fast the seed farming is. And well, maybe not yet, since you haven't actually seen me apply seeds yet. It's like, it's no issue. It really is not. Waiting up till after they do the update for seeds, so you can grind everything in one go. I don't know which update you're talking about. Are you talking about the speed update they'll eventually do? I mean, the loading time isn't that bad. It'll make it better, but like you can see how fast it is already. She was seeded. Everyone should seed Fire Fencer. That literally does not make sense. Also, why would you want to use Fire Fencer when you can use my Anvari? Like, what the hell, Irby? Alright. I was finishing up with Orgus, I guess. Yeah, that's why I forgot. Yeah, let's work on Fafnir too, I guess. What is our seed count at? It was a joke? Well, I'm serious. Use my Anvari 4. Blossom boost and coin. Woo! Was Spencer and Wisey on fire? I hope you're joking, Luther. Water Fencer. Joe is so original and quirky like that. Such an original joke that actually makes sense and everyone will laugh at. He said Water Fencer instead of Fire Fencer. Water Fencer, I get it. It's so funny. Use Valiant Fencer. Like, you've actually ran out of units to put your attack seed on. Now you're attack seeding Water Giant. I mean, I guess you could do it for your favorites. You could just do it for damage dealers. I don't know why you don't do that. I'm already doing that. You don't have to attack seed everyone like I am, but you really can't go wrong with attack seeding more damage dealers, or in case they are featured in events. Have I traumatized Joe enough yet that he's left unable to talk because a million different words go inside his head instead, and he feels that he'll be shamed for ever opening his mouth again? The re-education is working. Sorry, you're not attack seeding Ita or Kotaro. So you do admit they're damage dealers then. He's being seeded by you even though mentally. Oh no. Joe's become so mind-broken that he can only look dead at me with his goat eyes. And instead of saying intelligible words, he goes meh, as he tries to figure something out to say. This is Joe's new life. So there's no one else for now. Alright, let's go back. Wow, more than 10 drinks this stream. Pretty impressive. OMG Oz? What? What Oz are you talking about? Alright, I guess 30 minutes ago one of my shorts got published. I have them auto-scheduled at this point. I've been able to relax and being able to farm now properly. But yeah, it's scheduled to up until Sunday, well actually Saturday. I don't have them all done from the anniversary picks. So for my recommendations, there's more shorts to be released for them, as you know. But as a matter of fact, the campaign or the eligibility period to redeem the platinum tickets does end on Thursday, as in like 2 days from now. And that means that I obviously, going after 8 AM, won't be able to release all the shorts for every unit before the eligibility to purchase the 5-star limited selector pick ticket, passes. Which is a shame, but I encourage you all to review the video just to be sure, rather than waiting for the shorts if you really want to know which unit you want to redeem from the limited pick tickets, because if you're waiting for the shorts, then it might be too late by the time you see them all being done. I'm not going to speed up the rate for them, though. It's still just only 2 a day. Oh, you're so low on stamina. Just Oz and Joe, one of your favorite units. You just enter like a room randomly with like your friends. OMG, Oz! Whatever, you know. I mean, I did use Oz before my previous setup. This setup wouldn't have been possible if I didn't get the limited pick ticket, so... Yeah, you can clearly see why I strongly prefer picking units that you can farm with. Whether it's the platinum ticket or the limited select tickets. Or the limited pick ticket, rather. In this case, it's just a lot of time and a lot of effort to, a lot of headache saved if I decide to pick a unit that can farm properly like this. I seriously don't get that man levitating emoji. Why does that exist?
このままぬいぐるみ商戦という闘争にいっそ興じてみてやるか。戦争に義士義足はつき引きずり込まれガチで決めるぜ。俺から離れぬようにする。引きずり
Good culture, right?
ガチで決めるぜ。俺揺れぬ。はい。
Taking some more buys.
You're gonna
have to show me that cake again sometime.
ガチで決めるぜ。俺から揺れぬく。はい。引きずり。はい。
海の男には惚れるなよ。やべ、決まりすぎ。
Oh my god, no! This is really all this time. How will anyone know the playlists or music I'm playing without the thing? There it is. The scroll bar for the chat or the music. It's too late. Now no one will know what music I was playing all this time. Oh. It used to be a stopover so that something visual could be displayed constantly that's moving. Because I remember my streams not having too much movement on screen. But as long as I'm doing face camming, that's not an issue, but no. It's a bit of a shame I didn't have it up all this time. Yeah, it's like the most... God damn it. He did say, but someone kinda said they hated it, and I'm kinda like... Vololos. Is Vololos your... like... defensive response? Look at that, crippling depression. No, someone rejected my cakes. Now who will eat my cake? Okay though, it's part of experimentation. Although I would imagine experimenting with cakes must be hard since it's mostly just a strict formula-based thing. Please ignore name taker in chat, jeez. He says some fucking cursed takes half the time. Please don't spend shards on drinks. Just because you don't think Chapter 15 probably is. Yeah, they're in the shop. I mean, to be honest, it's a pretty good deal, I guess. I don't know. Kirby wails, it's fine. He doesn't need to get the tickets from the shop. you can always just use those things instead. You actually had to spend shards on souls. Got surprising with all the 4 stars on Christmas banner. This is why it's a good idea to hoard on souls. And it's a good idea to soul up or skill up all your units so that you won't have just some other units you have to get to eventually. Which is where I'm at. I just have a bunch of souls saved up for later and also my inventory's full of it. Also, no, it wasn't an experiment, but I'll just tell you about it later. Alright. We got a lot of sound drinks. If you're not committing your days when half-sound campaigns like this happen, and if you're not using them casually as they go by at a rate equal to how you're getting them, then you're just gonna have too much drinks to know what to do with at some point, and it'll feel too overwhelming for you to so you better start thinking about how to use them soon or now. Why do you live? Did you get pushed back to phase 2? I probably wasn't paying attention. Probably was pushed back to some shit. Can someone rewind that? Did Unvar get pushed back in phase 2 there, or was it not guaranteed that? I don't know why that wouldn't work. Wonder shards need to go last minute this race, trying to get some behemoth. Sorry, my brain just froze for a second. Yeah, Summer Behemoth is quite the pick, but remember, as good as Summer Behemoth is, it's like 1, if you don't have Shiva, as in regular Shiva, or you don't have a regular Shiva in your support list, that's like half his worth gone. And 2, is the other half of his worth is like just as a boss killer, which is kind of situational, and you'll only really make best use of it if you start investing in Summoner's CP, which might take a while to reach 10 out of 10. Get shard saved for this new AR, but since it's useless to me, you can be more lax on spamming shards. You should always get the AR, but Irby has both surprising takes, so whatever. What happens if your summon drink supply reaches its limit? I don't know if there's a limit, so I don't want to tell you. But if there is a limit, then you lose them. That's all. That's what happens. So use them. I think... I don't even know what Irby's talking about. What year? Is he talking about like the... I was assuming he was talking about a booster or something, but maybe he's talking about like the dungeon one. I don't even know. The box, my box is pretty much packed souls, because I don't want to use them on units I don't really use, even though I've used them on all the ones I do. They're good for experimentation. And also, especially for me, now that I'm taking footage of like every unit whenever they get featured, it's good to have everyone's skills level just in case. Moment is 9999. Who told you this? I know I wasn't here for long, but you're gonna get going now. It was good to see you, Jaber. Nice to have a bit of conversation. Take care. You're already safe on shards for a new AR, otherwise you wouldn't have gotten souls. I might be in a bit of a peculiar situation. How much shards do you need again? To redeem an AR immediately? I forgot. Let's see. 2,000 per copy, right? 2,000, 4,000, 6,000, 8,000. You need like 1,200? Yeah, it might be a bit under that actually. Is it really 1,200? That's like a lot. Maybe it's only 1,000 per copy of AR, right? I'm talking about like booster ARs in the shop. I'm not even sure what Irby's talking about specifically. Oh, the viral infants AR. That one, I see. So the 4-star ones, I mean, I care about what's called the effect. Seems pretty good with the debuff resistance. Although the token boost isn't too relevant, but it's a good way to quick clear the dungeon quota just by doing the treasure room. And if you're gonna do that, then you might as well boost your token as well. Jesus, not wasting shards on a new anniversary AR. I mean, it's, yeah, for the 4 stars, you don't have to use them on them, especially if it's not boosters. That one is boosters, so you might want to, even if it's a lame resource. But it's not going away anytime soon. It's gonna be forever there. 6,000 for the 5 stars. Yeah, that's not bad at all. I mean, really, I'm ready for it. Happened in the origin story. Not sure. what you're talking about. Is there something missing here?
等しく沈
ガチ
What
で
does it say?
ガチで決めるぜ
Kanayasu. Oh, that one. Oh, so what? What are you talking about, Lazy Crow? What's disgusting about it? It's like they're constantly shipped together in the main story. And also, there's nothing even applied about a ship in that case.
引きずり込まれるガチで決め
He's just combining their names. That doesn't necessarily imply a ship is going on.
俺から
Calm down.
引きずり込まれるはい引きずり
Mugen Tonga charge line. Forget how it
お前と
sounds.
一緒だと笑いが止まらんぜさあ次はどこで稼ぎまくるんだついてこい勘違いをする引きずり込まれるガチで決めるぜ俺から離れぬようにするの引きずりはいど引きずりはいど
等しく沈
ガチで決めるぜ俺から離れぬ揺れぬはい
む等し
引きずり込まれるガチで決めるぜ俺からは引きずり込まれるはい引きずり
等し
はいど
Do you hear Inko, see? Hey, you recognize it. I was actually telling you. Need confirmation, you can read it on the side. But yeah, that's ring code. Chat's still not adjusted properly to match the length of it. The scrolly.
さあガチ儲けのチャンスだぜ引きずり込まれるガチで決めるぜ俺から離れぬように引きずりはいど引きずりはいど
等しく沈
ガチで決めるぜ俺から揺れんはいどはいど
Mentally, you're doing the lethal company mean dance.
ガチで決めるぜ
Okay.
俺からは揺れぬかはいはい引き
等し
はいど悪くないなこのままぬいぐるみ商戦という闘争にいっそ興じ
Yeah,
て
it's
み
pretty
てや
vibe.
るか
I like that.
大量おいら
引きずり込まれガチで決めるぜ俺から離れ揺れぬはいど引きずりはいど
等しく沈
ガチで決めるぜ俺揺れぬはいどはいど
む等しく沈
ガチで決めるぜ俺から離れぬ揺れぬかはい引きずり
む等しく
はいど
海の男には惚れるなよやべ決まりすぎ
Oh my god, we're using summoning tricks! That must have been like almost 20 today. That's so much more efficient than my last stream. What the fuck?
俺か
I
ら
did
離
not
れ
expect
ぬ
to
よう
spend
に
this
す
much
る
in a
の
single
だ
stream.
揺れぬはいど引きずりはいど
等しく沈
ガチで決めるぜ俺揺れぬはいどはいど
む等しく沈
ガチで決めるぜ俺から離れぬ揺れぬかはい引きずり
む等しく
はいど
海の男には惚れ
Not the television administrative. Was there something MPreg happening? That'd be funny.
大量おいら
引きずり込まれるガチで決めるぜ
Same here. Add encounter tier 2.
俺から離れぬようにするのだぞ
Add
揺れぬ
apocalypse.
耐えてみろはいど
等しく沈
ガチ
Free
で
AR is free AR. Let's get
決める
them.
ぜ
I think the point is it's not a free AR.
揺れぬはいどはいど
Yeah, Yeah, you could always use an ad blocker, as Joe was saying. Although, YouTube's crackdown on ads are kind of persistent. On your phone, don't have an ad block here. I see. Well, thank you for supporting me by watching those ads, I guess. Surprisingly, despite me not being able to, you know, milk Hidden's moneymakers anymore, since he hasn't donated anything well, and even with the blow up of my shorts, and my recent videos, the live streams for what limited viewership it does get actually does generate the most revenue for me. So, every little bit counts, I guess. YouTube will notice if you're using an ad blocker. I'm actually kind of terrified about that. I use ad blockers myself, so... It's like, imagine if my account just gets deleted and all my hard work on YouTube just because I didn't want to experience ads for myself when I was using their service. It shows a pop-up, force you to turn off your ad blocker, check my damn head. Yeah, you've been getting insane ads recently. Learn about the Vatican's secret time machine? You fucking shit. What the hell? Oh god. It's like they want us to quality control our videos so that it prevents us from swearing or talking about dirty topics. And I had to change a few of my thumbnails in the past, as well as tone down the content I used so that it would pass by the ad checks. But then the actual ads themselves are just like, what the fuck? Are there no checks for these ads being accepted? It's like, seriously, fucking money. So now you've never seen the warning anymore, I see. It's fine, the ad block is forced to work because YouTube's policy to protect ad block has forbidden EU for invasion of privacy. Very cool. Wish I was there. Things would be a lot better. Ads during a live stream is crazy. Yeah. You haven't gotten one yet. All you said isn't as bad as Twitch is getting some ads midstream. Yeah, Twitch's is especially bad. You know why Twitch's is especially bad? Because it's like, since the beginning of time, ad blockers never really worked on Twitch. I never really understood why. It might be like embedded into the video itself, but I don't know. The ad blockers I never really worked on Twitch. So it was just like cancer from the beginning. The key to abundance was pineal gland secrets of the Illuminati. The actual fuck. They might as well be putting up those fucking Elsa Spider-Man videos as ads at this point. That sounds like some extremely illegal shit. Yeah, well, Google will look away as long as it makes their wallets better. Ad blockers don't work on Twitch? At least not for me. Maybe I'm just taking an L here that I don't understand, but that's been my experience with Twitch. Yeah, it's so irritating. Like, I know YouTube is bad, but 7 ads. I'm just gonna keep on using my ad blocker for YouTube until like my account gets banned or something. I'm not gonna stop using YouTube. Like, they're already taking like cut from the revenue themselves, so what more do they want? Remember the time when Google removed their slogan, "Don't be evil"? Like, what's up with that? They literally didn't have to do that, but then they did, and then they did evil shit right after. Like, okay, so they needed to indicate to everyone first that they are now going to be evil. Usually just getting abs and a lot of time abs. Google entered their evil era. Late-stage capitalism, as they say.
等しく沈め
ガチで決めるぜ。俺からは揺れぬこ。
Don't think Google's recording from this phone now.
悪くないな。このままぬいぐるみ商戦という闘争にいっそ興じてみてやるか。
They're more likely to engage in extreme villain-on-villain fanfics with X right now, formerly known as Twitter. Oh gosh, that's actually really bothering the display. It's like not aligned. The song strip as well as the chat. It used to be aligned before, but ugh, it's killing me. Maybe it'll take some time after the stream to readjust it. Yeah, it's been to ads recently. Remember back when you thought it was a cash grab gotcha game, ads are important. Ads were rampant, that was pretty much all you get. Probably the worst one you've gotten, I see. I've never heard of Timlin's. I guess my ad blocker is working. I see you go on, give me... I already attacked him though. No blossoms though. Not until he has good rating. It's fine, alright. You're on phone and watching 144p. You can't even notice. And that's what I call a lightning round of seeding. God, yes, I remember seeing that ad for Queen's Blade. Gotcha like a million times. Just wait until it's variant. No, I've been waiting for a while. We'll see if it salvages it. Human's writing also needs to be salvaged at this point. Where are we gonna finish now? Guess we could do Bale. Does he have any damage? Let's see. Post attack weakness, post move. No, he doesn't. All he has is just the reflect buff. Why do they call it? It's not called debuff reversal anymore, by the way. It's called reflect buff, which is like, okay, it's not reflect anything, but sure. Yeah, I'm at a loss for zero food attack seed. So I'm trying to ignore Ish Blanque so hard right now, but he might actually be the best choice left over. Nodens, I guess I could do him. Low range damage, but he does have weakness and crit. I mean, I did just finish that Amdusius of all units. I don't even have enough seeds. What am I doing? Let's just go to Blossoming right away. Wow, I missed a lot of chat something. What the heck? What is that? Which is a big case of barking up the wrong tree with like Afterschool Summoners players. Oh, is it like catered towards hets? I bet it is. I mean, what? I guess pretty much 99% of gachas are towards hets, so it's no surprise. Like, not even just like neutral, non-sexual, but like straight up. That is their market, so they're gonna be full of like, you know, big titty waifus or some shit like that. So, just the unfortunate consequence, and just no other real market for gay gacha games besides just Housamo and like some other questionable ones. Are they doing lightning round seeding with this fans van? Ooh, I'd be mad for that. We could swap seed. You distinctly remember one day where they were spoofing Batman of all things, with the main actor being the Joker, and nothing to do with Batman, of course. That one was kind of mildly amusing. I see. Ads are just a whole different world of disconnect. fitness from real life. I guess I'll start working on Fuchsia too. Fuchsia. Should be Behemoth's he's okay. Dale doesn't really have damage without his opponents having a million buffs. I mean, that's not even him doing that, it's just the one status that anyone else can exploit. You might spend some drinks to farm HP Blossom Quest, plus getting some coin to finish Sachi's 15th level seed. Sounds like a good start of a plan. Why does it look like this is desynced? Whatever. Yeah, look at this. Why does he have base 6, 9, 12, 18? Oops. My bad, Kusha. I forgot to give you one of these things. No, the suboptimality by a few hundred coins. You might spend some drinks to farm the HP Blossoms. I'm reading that for a second time. Their target market is men, and most men are straight. Yeah. Oh, we reached the 1 hour mark, so maybe I'll stop here for now. Shinigami, where are you? Queen's Blade is horny, extremely head-focused horny. No, Bales literally has bonus damage against buffs, and oh yeah, I forgot about that. God. Duh. Well, it's a bit hard to work towards that for 3-star Bale of all units. Not too many units that can bestow buffs and usually do other things. This has been the first media of any kind to connect for me. Also, this song slaps. Double agree. Yoik Caps theme. Actually, I'll do one thing. Well, maybe not. You know, I don't want to do it. I was considering doing a dungeon for fun for Meant to Run, but that topic's long past, so whatever. We'll just do a review of the damage done for today. But yeah, the 3-star units I'd recommend would just be the mentors, as well as maybe Azuzu and Loki. There's a few other 3-star units that could be good, like Lan and blah, blah. Whatever. Anyways, we are finishing off with 64, almost 65 million coin. Ignore my very tiny certificate amount. And where's our drinks? 76 drinks. I believe we started with like 96-ish, so that's 20 drinks in a single stream within 3 hours. That's quite precise. Alright, let's up to my guild. I should change this too. This is a bit messy. A bit degenerate, but more messy than degenerate. Alright. So thank you for joining me today, everyone. That was the second stream of this farm. I'm gonna be doing this for 1, maybe 2 more days. I'm not 100% sure if we'll be farming tomorrow. If I decide not to, expect that stream, scheduled stream to disappear randomly, maybe like 3 hours at a minimum before it actually starts. But we'll see. It depends on how I feel and if I'm busy with something else or not. Thursday is a definite go, though. That is 2 days from now, and that will be the last day I'll be streaming. So hop in for that for sure if you want to catch some more streaming and farm with me. But yeah, thank you for joining me. Make sure to review those points on ATK Seeding again and why you should never get HP seeds. And yeah, have a good one, everyone. Have a wonderful 7th anniversary, and catch you next time. See you later, cuties.